I need that sports encyclopedia. We West Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What a human. He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. From day one, you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shador Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shador Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you. Oh, God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Rich. You got the belt around you.
Smitty and Jason Brown. Coach JB Show.
Yeah, 6 a.m, police at my door. We are in the building. It is Talk That Talk Tuesday. So make sure you pound that like, subscribe, become a member if you're not one. We got a loaded lineup today. Major League Baseball, longtime insider, former player Steve Lyons joins us. Gives some insight on Ohtani's first time on the mound in 21 months. What the Dodgers are going to do with the injured starting bullpen and pitching staff, along with what's happening in the AL and the NL, respectively. Plus, it is NHL. Stanley Cup takes stage once again tonight as the Florida Panthers try to take over and win this thing and hoist another cup. We're going to dive into that as well. But first things first. Wow, the Pacers choked once again. As my main man, Smitty, is back in the back, very confident in his Pacers. But again, that Game 4 loss looms over their head in last night's Game 5, as they were really never in the game, except for the beginning of the fourth quarter. Halliburton gets hurt, and who knows whether he plays or not, but it looks like OKC in 6 if he can't go. Ohtani pitches for the first time in 21 months as the Dodgers get the win in his debut by smacking the hated ones in San Diego 6-3. As he pitched an inning, gave up 2 hits and a run as his workload was light as expected. Again, and the Stanley Cup Finals take center stage again tonight as Florida looks to wrap up the series versus Edmonton. Can Connor McDavid and Draisaitl stave off elimination? But what do I know? We're going to dive into it. But my main man, Far East Sider, Naptown legend, 317, LeBron Hairline Heaven, and AR5 defending. Lamar Jackson loving, Caitlin Clark jocking, and Indiana Pacers' biggest fan, Big Smitty.
Naptown is in the building. See, I thought I was going to come on here emotional, sad,
lost,
down and out. I'm from the old school, homie. We love adversity.
You guys lost.
We feed off of it. We feed off adversity. The fact that the game was 109 to 120 when our star player had a leg injury and did not make one single basket keeps hope in my heart. We going to Naptown Thursday, Jason. We going to Naptown Thursday, Jason.
Wait up, but he didn't score at all?
No, well, he had 4 points for free throws. He didn't make an actual shot.
I know he got hurt.
0 for 6.
Yeah, the game. I was busy. I was getting, and I was
getting
like,
what?
Some stuff, and I was like, damn.
He didn't make one basket.
I got a story, homie.
Let's go. Straight to it. Whisper, 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 whisper.
So I got to really kind of left leaning.
Quiet down a little bit.
She kind of left leaning.
Okay.
And she's like, I feel bad for all the deportations and woo woo. I agree with your co-host.
Great woman.
After I get that bitch today, that bitch is a MAGA. She's straight Trumper now. Hey, that shit crazy, homie. She was like, you right. JV, you was actually right the whole time. I'm telling you, homie. I'm telling you, Smitty, keep it funky. Good dude. We'll fuck around and change him in mind. I'm telling you, homie, that's real shit. I'm my daughter though.
I'm married man. So if I made a clone of myself,
yeah,
to go smack her now, she go right back to left.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I can't say I'm my daughter because you don't know how to take. Because I don't know how to take it.
Because I don't know how you. I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know. I don't even comment about it. So I don't even know how to even. I don't know.
That's fair. That's why I say it. I put my dad though. Like,
yeah, if you do that, I know you serious. I know that.
No doubt. She kind of like centered more, and she not left, but she got like centered more, but she kind of like from the hood.
She real. She just real. Gotcha. She just real. Yeah.
Nah, I turned it real.
Nah. Being centered is real. Being centered is actually real.
Yeah, she real now.
When you left or right, you're not really real. You're biased either way. Centered is like, okay, I can see both things, and I can, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she voting for Vance next term. But
Vance and Pence.
Bitch, you believe in Trump now, man? You believe in Trump? We ain't going to war, man. You think he taking us to war, bitch? And like, I said, no, daddy, no. You know what I'm saying?
I'm choking or talking about Trump. And missionary. You like Trump, don't you? You like Trump, don't you? Y'all role playing. You was Trump in the role play.
This how you motherfuckers on Epstein Island got down?
I hope you weren't thinking about far right while you in that cat.
Hell no. But I was like turning. I was turning.
He holding her leg up shit.
I was flipping her. I was flipping her, literally and figuratively.
Who you gonna vote for? Yeah. That's some crazy ass shit right there. That's some old sex.
You know motherfuckers be doing some weird shit like whatever their kink is.
That's some old sex.
Yeah. Talking about politics.
Yeah, politics. Like I talk shit sometimes too, but I ain't talking about no politics though.
Like I'm saying, like there's some weird kinks out there.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
You told me you don't like In-N-Out. You got Five Guys, bitch. Take this Five Guys, dude. Like I that's weird shit.
And then grab a burger and let it drop down your chest while you middle of the shit.
And you put hot sauce on toes and shit.
Why hot sauce on me?
Because you told me you put hot sauce on toes on me.
I feel racist a little bit, but I'm gonna give you a pass. But man, listen, we got a loaded show, man. We got the sick one back. He's in the background, Young Bailey. We got my guy JB right here, man. It wouldn't be us without people like Christopher DeBono, TPB, Go Blue, Motsy Ernestine, Slim Reaper 18 from the Sandbox Sports, Gore and B Nickel. Loaded show.
Long story short, the bitch wants ice to take everyone tonight. She was crying like a mother. She was crying like Smitty. Ice, baby. Ice, baby. I was like, shit. She ice like a motherfucker. Smitty, we got a loaded lineup.
Where's she at right now?
Steve Lyons or now. Steve Lyons joins us. Steve Kim joins us.
Steve and Steve.
And before we get started, though, let's take a moment to discuss the quote of the day.
Yeah. And you know who our sponsor is, man, right there at the top, man, smack dab in the middle, man. Go there today, go there tomorrow. You got hockey, we got the NBA finals. You know what to do.
Smitty, quote of the day, take every chance in life because some things only happen once.
Fact. I love that. That's just good knowledge to give people. A lot of young folks in here who are ignorant and just haven't had life experiences. So I think, just hearing that is just something that will hopefully could trigger something. As a coach, as a leader, if you can just change the mind or heart of one person, that's all that matters. So everybody in here is not going to listen to what you just said. Hopefully one person in here, like Eddie Manyweather or B Nickel, can listen to it and change their lives. So I like that.
They're what?
Ignorant.
Who is?
A lot of people in the chat.
Contrary to belief, The version of me you created in your mind is not my responsibility. Contrary to belief.
That's true. It's not your responsibility.
I give a fuck.
But do understand that
nope, I don't.
A lot of the creation does stem from your actions too, though.
Yeah, you don't butt contrary to beliefs.
They ain't just make it up, homie.
You don't but no, contrary to belief, homie. It's contrary to belief.
I'm just adding context to the CTB. Because yesterday you did CTB first, then you did quota today.
Your context is shitty.
I appreciate that.
Let's dive into the poll question as we get this thing started. Chat, chime in. It is a Talk That Talk Tuesday as we get closer to the summer months, hotter the weather, and football season. Hopefully
it was 82 yesterday, homie.
Yeah, hopefully. 102 where I have.
Damn.
Yeah, homie. It's a whole nother weather out here. I'm out here on that sandbox, similar to Hamas, Iran, and all them.
Where you live at? 8262, you said what? Riverside Avenue?
Eddie does?
Never mind. Keep going.
Oh, you said Eddie, I thought.
I saw some weird stuff in the sky yesterday, homie.
That's fucking Elon, homie. I saw that shit and I was laughing like, that's Elon.
What is he on, bro? I'm in the hood with the homie. We in the back watching the game.
Remember, I did that video a year ago. Remember that same shit?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't see it in person, so this is different for me. Like, I'm from Naptown. We don't see stuff like that in the sky. Tell Elon just chill a little bit, though. Why he just messing with stuff?
What do you mean? That's his rocket, homie.
Like, do that somewhere else, homie. Don't do that over here. Over here practicing over us.
He's not practicing. He's launching that shit across the fucking thing. Going
to do what, though? Like, for what?
He sends that shit to space, homie.
That shit ain't never made it.
Oh, they said it has. I thought you believed in Elon.
Who's they? That's your guy. Elon's your guy.
Not my guy at all.
You were backing him heavy until like a month ago.
I've always been the same about him.
You was backing him heavy a month ago.
You know, I'm on this show.
So don't worry about Elon, but he's out here finding information of all the money that was stolen, and he's doing God's work for Trump, and he's doing the right thing. Then a couple weeks ago, him and Trump started beefing, and now you back. You know what I mean?
No.
Keep it 1,000, homie.
Two things can be true.
But you don't believe in that, so don't use it now, homie.
Two things can be
true. You don't
true.
believe in that. You don't believe in that, though, homie.
He could find the money and be a weirdo. By the way, you could deport that motherfucker too, for all I care. I'm American, homie. I'm pro-American. That motherfucker's from South Africa. Send that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about Tesla. I don't drive that fucking gay.
I mean, you from Europe, homie. You from Europe.
I'm not from Europe. I'm from Compton.
What you talk about, homie?
And the thing is,
we off of somewhere, homie.
And the thing is, guess what?
What?
I don't give a fuck about Tesla and electric car. That shit gay. I don't fuck with that shit. I'm glad Trump said no more electric cars in California. Fuck him. You know, Governor Newsom wants to go all electric here. Fuck that.
I think after 2025, they're no longer selling any new gas vehicles.
That got dumped. Tell me that's not no longer. So that's not going to happen no more. So update your Twitter feed, homie, or whatever you call it. What's that shit? Timeline, homie. That you say I got all this shit on mine. You got to change yours.
Yeah,
all you got is like ass. That's what's crazy. Like I've seen your timeline. It's like titties and ass, and I'm like, married.
And sports,
crazy, huh?
Sports, that, and then food.
What's that? Say it in order. Go in order.
All
your timeline.
That. What you was talking about, and then some food.
Say it loud. Get on record real quick.
I don't want to say it again. I feel like
now. You never said that. You said that.
Yeah.
Thought? Is that what the word? Thought?
Nah, that.
Oh.
What is thought, homie?
What does thought mean?
Them hoes over there.
Really?
Yes.
I never knew that, homie.
You just learned that, homie? What the hell? Where you been at?
Because I just heard that word. Like, I don't know what that fucking word is. That shit sounds so dumb.
It was probably like in 2012, like the year.
That's not really what it is, though, is it?
I mean, we use it like it's a singular term. Like
I know, but that's
not over there, like a hoe, basically. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When you break it down, though, it's them hoes over there. You know, it's kind of like goat. Like we use goat the wrong way technically, but you know,
ratchet don't make sense to me either because ratchet's a tool. Ratchet is a ratchet. Like I don't get,
but it's just slang. It's just slang, homie.
I get what slang is, but I don't.
I mean, chicken head don't make sense Technically.
Chicken head, because your chicken head berries do too. I don't know if you in the real hood, we got berries. Berries be on the corner, you know, they got like kind of like between a base head and a crackhead. It's a berry. She's always looking for that fiend. Like we got different terms, homie, for different things. Chicken head though is one of the top 5 slang words. Chicken head is one of the top 5. Like we should do a top 5 female slang words from men and top 5 men from female.
Bald head, scallywag, ain't got no hair in the back, jailed up,
scrub.
Up.
Would scrub be one?
Scrub,
for guys?
Yeah.
For guys, from the women?
We don't want no scrub.
Because the song and all that.
You know, nowadays the young kids are calling men brokies.
Oh. I call
like
that gays.
Boys.
Call it gays.
Well, I'm saying women are calling men that, so it's not gay. Women is calling.
Women are calling men that
brokies. Like if you ain't got no money, JB, you a brokey. You a brokey.
Really?
Yeah. The young women.
I call them ran through hoes.
That's one. That's one ran through.
Yeah. I call ran through hoes. That means they've been with a bunch of brokies, trying to figure out who the one that ain't brokey is. I call that a run through hoe. Here, I think I want to go through the women that I think women calling men. I think scrub would be in their top 5. Trick.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Trick would be in the top 5.
Dog. I know it's like kind of
bro.
Huh?
Nowadays, bro.
They be calling us bro now?
Yeah, bro.
I thought bro was our shit.
Nah, girls be calling because there's a lot of those girls now, homie. What are they called? Those what are they called? Not a lesbian. I miss lesbians. What's the other one? Dyke or what's that? What's it called?
It's what you call them. Yeah, stud.
A lot of studs now, homie. So they talk to you like a motherfucking dude, homie. What up, bro? Like it's crazy. It's a whole nother. They got a whole nother thing.
But we're not talking about them right now. We're talking about just like
heterosexual regular women and men. Yeah,
talking about heterosexual men and women. Like what do they call each other? Yeah, I don't know if five might be too big of a list.
Thinking out the head. We got to do that though. I for sure it'd be scrubs on there. Tricks. I don't know if John's. I guess John's and Trick. I don't know what John. The John word is that's like a fucking from the white neighborhood or something. John, you're a John. I never heard that shit.
John is from Philly.
You're a trick, motherfucker.
John's from Philly. It's a Philly term.
It ain't tricking if you got it. Mac 10. Anyway, Smitty, let's dive into the poll question. You impressed with Ohtani's debut? Chime in the chat if you're not. Make sure you comment. Ohtani pitched an inning, Smitty. Gave up 2 hits and a run. Struck out, I believe, 1. He was a little bit erratic all over the place. As expected. It's crazy looking at him on the mound again, but it's unbelievable. Like this guy is facing probably one of the better lineups in Major League Baseball with the San Diego Padres.
Yeah.
And came out there after 21 months and did what he did. I don't know if impressive is a word. What's impressive for this guy? He's an anomaly, unicorn. Don't know what he is. I guess if he only pitched, he'd probably be in the Cy Young conversation every year. If he only hit, he'd be in the MVP conversation every year. This guy does both. I don't know. Can't watch the game in LA. Because don't have your Spectrum. Like if you don't have Spectrum in LA, it's unbelievable. So if you don't have Spectrum, I don't have Spectrum. Why the fuck do I want Spectrum to watch only the Dodgers and the Kings and the Lakers? And you wonder why viewership's down, LA fan base? Fuck, man. Anyway, what a joke. Can't believe that the fan bases can't get to watch their team because of a fucking television contract, and you wonder why the viewership's down. So that being said, San Diego Varsity Sports woke up this morning very upset that his third place, San Diego Padres continue to lose to us Dodgers.
Yeah, it's a wrap now. They used to have like a little, like, I don't know, a little something over us where it would be stressful and they would win sometimes, but like
2 years ago we dominated them in the regular season.
We've gotten past that now.
They beat us in the playoffs, but Other than that, we dominate the Padres.
I am impressed though. I think we get numb to greatness. You know what I mean? Because we see it so much that we just like, you know, kind of walk by like, oh, okay, he always does that. But nah, man, this is amazing to be able to go out there and play two totally different positions, to pitch, to hit, and be dominant in both is amazing. I know he wasn't as dominant yesterday, but like to your point, JB, he hasn't. You said it's been 21 months. So last time he's pitched. I mean, come on, y'all. You know, he's not gonna be the best pitcher in the world after 21 months, but he still was solid. And the fact that he's even out there, it does look kind of trippy just seeing him on the mound, just even pitching, even right now, live, right? So Ohtani is a unicorn, something we've never seen before.
I think he hit 101 miles an hour and 101 and 100 miles an hour. It's crazy that
special
what the guy is, yeah. He is a DH though. I mean, I don't know. That's a debate to have.
He's like me on this show.
Is he like special. Is he like the greatest? Is he the greatest two-way player of all time? I don't know. Like you had Bo Jackson and Deion do two sports. You've had guys like that, but this guy actually plays both sides. It would be equivalent to like, I guess, Deion playing wideout and DB. I guess it's almost like playing quarterback though, and like fucking safety. I don't know. It's a different deal. I don't know if you can equate it, but he's an anomaly. He's a fucking unicorn. He'll get there if he continues to be healthy and stay in the games. That's what I do want to say, but we'll see. The Dodgers are hurting. I don't think they would have put him to the mound if they didn't have every single one of their starters go down this year. And the Dodgers are still in first place with one of the most injury-riddled lineups rosters in Major League Baseball. So the Dodgers are so loaded, they're still in first place, even though they've been injury-riddled. It's crazy.
Man.
But
so
damn near
a
good performance, Smitty.
Damn near. Like, yeah, it wasn't good, but it was damn near good. So, I mean, it's on the way. They're still cooking. Like you said, they're still in first place, even with the injury. So, I mean, what more can you ask for? A lot of people just be getting hurt, though, man. I mean, we talk about all the time, but, man, you own to something with that take. I'll give you that. Like, when it comes to today's athletes, they just get hurt. Hurt.
What take was it?
Just the take of just
weed and Taco Bell.
Athletes not going outside and playing no more, not like kind of training their bodies to get used to the work ahead. And then you go out there and work, and now you're just hurting stuff.
I think, Smitty, I've been on that tip for almost 5 years.
I gave you that one.
I've been on that tip for almost 5 years. No one wants. Like, I hope this show blows up to where cats go back and say, "Damn, JB," because that's how it works. They go, "Oh, JB been saying that shit for 5 years." They'll act like I'm the big act now.
Right.
After you blow up, though, of course. But the real ones that are here, the OGs, will know that I've been saying that for a long time. I believe there is something to it. Plus, you tie that with money and investment and blah, blah, blah. We always talk about on the show. And I believe they think that they're better than everybody. Like, they come out because you're paying them in college, so you already have a self of entitlement.
Right, early.
I got paid millions at 17 years old. I'm already the motherfucker. Like, you can't tell me that it's not in a mind. It's not in your head as a youngster, homie.
It is.
I don't know.
But like somebody like me, it would make me work harder though. But everybody ain't built that way, so I don't know.
But we say that like you always say, but you never got that dollar thrown at you. It's like that pussy in your face, popping. You know what I'm saying? Like you got that. The one you always wanted and put it in your face and you married and you're like, nope, I'm married. I'm loyal. Woo, 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 woo. And that bitch about it, and you just sitting there like, damn, I remember I used to watch the shit out of this bitch on fucking Pornhub.
And I go home though, and I go home. I've been in those positions before where these women don't care if you got a girl, if you married. They go out here, they do what they gonna do. They see you as a catch. They see you, that's not the word, a catch. You're a catch. They see you as somebody who, you know what I mean, who doing something with their life. But you as a man, if you ain't got discipline, you ain't got nothing, JB. What's word of the day right there? And another word of the day is this priority topic that we got lined up here, man. The Cincinnati Cougars.
Hold on. Yeah, fine. Please follow her. Follow her so I can find you and smoke your bitch ass.
See, when you make comments like that, though, going back full circle, that showed me that, like deep down inside, though, you can say what you want, but that's still your daughter. Like you still like got a deep. So you go back and you say I put it on my daughter. Now I'm like, you know what I mean?
I'm fucking with you. See,
you throwing me off. Like, I don't really know how to. I don't know how to take it.
You know what the cool part is, though? Any father should be able to talk about their daughter in any way you want. And they should always defend their kin in any way they should. Always. So if you want to be stupid and do dumb trolling shit.
Yeah, he's trying to be disrespectful. Yeah.
Because I would defend your daughter the same way, though.
Right.
So it's the same thing. Because I got a daughter already. See what I'm saying?
Right.
See, a lot of folks don't know that. A lot of folks don't know that shit. Hey, homie, who the fuck is this fucking? I don't know. He's another nobody.
Uh-oh.
But he's on all my fucking timeline shit or whatever they call it. What is that, algorithm?
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker, the show starts off and motherfucker like this. You know that cat?
No, I don't.
Dark Cat from St. Louis. Motherfucker on everything right now. I don't know who he is, homie. Every show you turn my motherfucker's teeth is out. Look,
no, what are you doing right now? Is he like slow?
That's him, homie.
Is he slow?
Right there. Dilly know him. The motherfucker knew right away. His name is 607 Unk. What the fuck do you think? You think I'm calling that motherfucker that name?
I've never seen him.
You don't know who this guy is?
Never seen him in my life. Not on my timeline.
Look, everybody know him. I've never seen him in my life either.
He's on my algorithm.
Homie, this motherfucker's on everything right now. I don't know why. I don't know what the shit is, but
is he funny?
No, he's just a fucking. He's like I don't know, whatever you call that shit. Like he's a trending cat on whatever they call.
Oh, they said he's special needs, homie. Stop.
Nah, he's not special needs. No, he's not. Come on, homie. I would know that.
Don't diss a special needs.
He's not on special needs, homie. So show a video of him.
That's where I draw the line.
Yeah, stop playing with me. That's all you said. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I've been listening to this motherfucker for like the last 2 days. I'm just like, who the fuck is this guy? Just next. And I go, next, Smitty, Tim again. Like, this motherfucker's everywhere, homie. I don't know who he is, but he was on Adam 29 and the bitch that got ran through by the porn stars show. Mm-hmm. And he was on all their shit. He's on all these other motherfucker shit. This motherfucker right here.
Never seen
you gotta tell me. Usually the shit start off, though, he's like he looked like special need when it started, but it's not him. He's not special need.
I've never seen this guy my entire life.
Listen, he's not special need.
Where's your son?
Come on, man. He don't know nothing about that, right? He sacrificed his son. He sacrificed the whole community when he started taking that money. Stop playing with me. He sacrificed everybody.
Stop playing with me. That's what he's known for.
My nails represent like different shit. The demon.
You got black painted nails, homie.
A lot of people don't know.
He gay, homie. Fuck that. I just call it what it is. I mean, a man paints his nail, he gay. I'm just going with that.
Back in the days when you paint your nails black, though, you were like gothic.
That's gothic.
No, it's gothic, ain't it?
No, it's gothic.
It was gothic. It was another one too, right? I know you with the high school and shit. You had some gothic people that you know what I mean. You don't really fuck with them. They got the black hair, the black lashes, the black nails. They always did that.
Broads.
Just gothic. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Maybe that's my generation. I don't know if you're.
Is it broads? I know the broads like that.
Yeah, I think mostly, yeah, but it might have been a couple white dudes like in the mix.
Not a dude painting his nails though. No,
it might have been a couple white dudes. Emo. Thank you, emo and gothic.
Oh, yeah,
I would see a couple of them.
Yeah, I definitely never heard of that.
You never heard of emo?
No, fuck no. Emo, the little character.
No, that's Elmo, homie.
Oh,
emo and gothic, homie. It's I
thought emo was the underwater cat.
I don't know what they believe in, huh?
Isn't that? Oh, it's Nemo.
Nemo, homie. Yeah.
Right.
Emo and gothic.
I never watched it.
They dress all black. I don't know what they believe in. I never Googled it, but they all black. They black hair, black nails, black everything.
Yeah, I don't. That's gay. You paint your nails as a man, you're gay. There's just no getting around it to me. So anyway, shout out to the Caleb Williams short Paris cut yesterday.
I know Dennis Rodman was one of your favorite all-time players. Shout out to Dennis and everybody else.
Well. He gay then. I got to keep it what it is. But he was a motherfucker. And I have no issue. If you take that shit, if you take that dick and you ball, I don't have no problems on me. Like Nazip. Nazip was not a very good player. Like he doesn't belong in no goddamn Wall of Fame. We already did that short that blew up. I don't agree with that. Like I agree with Smitty's racist take on Michael Sam. Michael Sam should have been. That was a funny take. I still watch that short. Michael Sam should have been the motherfucker that got the praise. So I agree with Smitty on that. Not Nazip. Just because you take a dick doesn't mean you're good. Like that's what I don't
keep saying that, homies. I'm saying that, homie.
Good. Well, I mean,
you love bringing it up though.
I'm just saying. I just got to reiterate.
You love gay topics, homie.
Let's get into your topic. First topic on the board.
Yeah, let's get into the big topic of the day, man. The Cincinnati Cougars, a D2 women's semi-pro tackle football team, is going viral, man. So check out this video right here.
I'm number 8. I play QB, and this is my mic'd up. I went poop during the national anthem. Travis is he's a fun sponge. Bro, if Kiana doesn't get MVP of the league, I don't know. I'm boycotting the WFA. I'm boycotting. Nope, not a clue. Hut. Oh my God, Lou is so gay.
It's only the second game that my wife's ever come to, so if you make me look silly, I'll be pissed.
First of all, she looks at your face every day, so that whole silly comment doesn't quite make sense to me.
We'd like to take a moment to celebrate Cougars president and quarterback Angela Mason on the 20th anniversary of her. The team was actually named after her.
I got dementia.
Ooh. Great throw.
It was like 5 yards in front of me. I can't help it. I'm so strong. This game? Don't you always put your ass on? Like, everybody gets a tackle. Everybody get a piece of the pie! They got dogs and dicks up in there. Good job, QB. I ain't done nothing. Don't I look good, though, handing the ball off?
Oh, man. You keep going. I almost spit my coffee. Go ahead.
What's wrong, Jesse? You all right?
The guy coaching.
That's good. That's cool.
That's the problem, homie. Did you see
that? Hold on. It's all women's football team. Again, what's the issue, homie?
Look at this fucking knock-kneed.
This game?
The issue is this fat motherfucker thinking he's coaching real football. Anyway,
I guarantee you he played football.
Everybody get a piece of the pie! They got dogs and dicks up in there.
He didn't play dead in the West.
I ain't done nothing. Don't I look good, though, handing the ball off?
I guarantee you.
Set! What are you fucking doing? She lucky she landed in her coochie. Cradle coochie. I'm going to.
She got a rocket.
Oh, Mama, can I keep this?
Yeah, you can have the cicada.
Yeah, she's been playing with it the whole time.
Oh, it's alive.
Yeah. I used to have a different one, but I accidentally spiced that one.
Why does she like kids? She don't like kids.
The kids are coming out to watch them play. She's the quarterback. So she's out here talking to kids, loving kids, and doing it that way. Just because you're gay, straight, whatever the case may be, you can still have love for kids. I mean, don't say no weird shit. I'm so glad I'm at a point where I'm comfortable now on this show where I can just call out shit. Don't say certain shit on this show, homie. Don't say that shit.
They adopt kids.
Man, stop, homie.
Do they not?
Saying she don't like it. Why don't you like kids?
She don't like kids.
You don't like kids.
No shit.
You don't like kids. You don't like kids.
I can have a kid though,
but you don't like them though. You don't like them.
No shit.
I hate them motherfuckers. So what you mean, homie?
I hate them motherfuckers. But guess what? She refuses to have kids, homie.
Okay. If she don't want to have kids, and I know straight women who don't want to have kids, homie.
She rub carpet, homie. Don't talk to those kids.
Head off.
Oh, so you caught another one then? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Right here. Go, Kylie. Why? Are we? Yeah. Go.
Devin Hester. That's sideline right now. Hyping up for me. Come on, sideline.
Sucks, bro. She's the worst player we got. Oh, bro, my heart smells like roses.
Somebody shit themselves.
What is that? Oh, that's a headband.
We walked right into it.
It's probably Coach. It's tackled. Jesus. Oh, yeah. You guys have to freaking tackle.
She's not being held, but she's mad. It makes me sad.
Shut up.
Good job, baby. Good job.
You're right. We're planning on you. You guys act like you're tired or something. Poop during the national.
I love it, man. It's dope.
You would. So they lost?
I don't know. All women, man. Football league. They talking that locker room talk amongst the ladies. It's cool, man. Like that's what it is right there. I agree with you. We shouldn't mix men and women in sports. No, because it's not safe. It doesn't make sense. But if it's an all-women's league, everybody on this show should have zero problem with that. Zero problem. Nobody on this show, production staff, hosts, anybody should have no problem with all-women's league.
I don't have a problem with them playing at all.
Gene says, Smitty a weird dude, man. Gene, tell me how I'm weird for saying I have no problem with an all-women's sports team. Tell me a full detailed paragraph and I'll read it. Thanks, Gene. Nor of all things.
I just wish they were real like women. Like that's the issue I have. Like I have no issue that these whatever lesbians or whatever, bisexual, whatever they are, play in a league. I have no issue like you. I just wish I want to see the real women's league. Like that's what I'm waiting on. Because I want to see the real women defend the real women playing. So that's where I'm still at right now. So I'm just tripping. That's all I'm saying.
You want to watch a certain type of woman play for your own benefit.
No, I just want to see real women play.
Like the lingerie league is more your speed.
Nah, that's to me a slap in women's face too. Because we know why the guys are going to watch that league. Like, let's be honest. Those ain't no flat booty hoes running around either.
Look at you being mature right now.
Those females got ass. They got titty. Like, they're bad looking. Bro. Their brothers are bad looking. I'm going to be honest. We know why we're going to watch them, though. We're not going there to watch them fucking backpedal, turn and run, homie, in quarters coverage. Let's keep it funky. We're talking about fucking, you know, bad bitches with ass out, like G-straps. Like, come on, homie. Like, let's be real. I'm talking about real women, though. Then you talk about, you know, Title IX and equitable and all that. But this ain't real women. This is a girl trying to be a dude. That's the problem I have. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at least they're all the same women trying to be dudes. So I'm cool with it. To your point.
All right, we're on the same page then. It's nothing really to argue about, man. Like I said, I thought it was a funny clip. They're micing them up, allowing them to have fun, giving them an outlet, positive outlet to go out here and play. I'm sure not every single person on the team is lesbian or whatever you think they are. This is the quarterback who they're highlighting right here specifically. And regardless of what they are, they're out here doing something positive. I ain't got no issue with that at all, man. We gotta get to a space where we allow women to like do their thing. Like allow women to be women.
What that is, though, let's be real. All that is it's equivalent to you and I going out to the street and getting the homies together and playing pickup. Because they're not getting paid. No, right. Like it's equivalent, and they're at risk for injury, and they're older. They got lives. It looks like they're grown, right? So it's equivalent to us going out there and putting on pads to play a turkey bowl on Thanksgiving. That's really what it is. It's like, damn, we're really risking it all out here.
I think it said D2, but like regardless, though, it's still a positive outlet of them going out there.
Yeah, I don't know what does a D2 mean.
I don't know. I just saw it was in the description. I didn't know what it meant. Because they do look older, to your point. So I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Like,
yeah. But there are some like adult leagues for men, though. Like, you know, 30 and up.
Flag.
No, that's actually like hitting. I've seen clips of actual.
That's they call it semi-pro, and there's just older cats playing in it.
Yeah.
They're the fucking mockery of society.
They be playing hard though too, JV.
They're fucking mockeries, by the way. They're
why don't you like it?
Because they're fucking chasing a dream they'll never have, homie. Stop. And I've seen dudes blow out their whole I've seen a guy spiral fracture his shit.
They be having the worst injuries, homie.
The worst. I see a motherfucker almost bleed out and die off a spiral fracture because they got no insurance. There's no ambulance coming. There ain't no fucking coverage. There's no trainer.
The teammates got to carry you off.
They really got a cat strapped up, taking him to the homie's car in the parking lot that's parked fucking 2 miles away, by the way. He's already in fucking shock. By the time you get him in the car, it's a station wagon, a 1986 fucking Caprice station wagon the homies had. They take him to the fucking MLK in the hood. MLK waiting line is fucking 3 hours just to get a fucking ticket to wait 6 hours to get treated in front of all the other shot victims. So, listen,
it's always MLK, no matter what city you in. It's always MLK.
I grew up right there. I have to. That's like Killer King. We call it Killer King.
Every hood, you have a different. Everybody got an MLK Street.
Always. No, it's the hospital. I'm talking about the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has the Martin Luther King Hospital too, though. So
Keith Smith said, I tried out for a semi-pro team. They are actually legit. All right. I respect that. I never tried out, so I don't know. So I gotta respect what Keith said. And I'm sure there's some like former D1 guys who got into some mess, got in trouble, some last chance you cats who just didn't make it out, who's still out there playing, who's good.
Smitty, stop. Stop telling you can respect Keith for saying what he just said. Because you don't even have Keith's resume. Can you tell me where Keith played?
No.
Okay, number one. Can you tell me what position Keith played?
O-line.
You know for a fact, or he told you?
I mean.
So you don't know. Say you don't know. Say you don't know.
I don't know.
Do you know who Keith played against in high school in Iowa?
White boys.
Fact or cap?
That's fact. Iowa. That's fact.
And the talent in Iowa is
me at best.
Come on,
me at best.
It's not. It's the second worst recruited state in America. So let's be honest. Now we put the facts together. So now, do you respect his take that the 37-year-old semi-pro guy is legit?
Nah, I don't respect.
That's a real show. That's how people talk and have cordial conversation, chat. That's how you do it. Right there. That is actually how we do it. 101, engaging the opposition, 101. That is how it's done, chat. Thank you, Smitty, for that. Let's get to next topic.
Eddie said he played outside linebacker. All right, next topic, man. You kind of.
What did you say?
Eddie Manyweather said he played outside linebacker. He was a hybrid DE and outside linebacker. You know, he would blitz the quarterback sometimes. Sometimes he'll drop it to the flats. You know what I'm saying? Cover two situations. They kind of just moved him around a little bit, you know.
What Keith play?
Keith was a left guard.
That's what he said?
That's what the chat's saying. Makes sense, though.
Show that video real quick, the start of it, Bailey, real quick, the Women's League, the very beginning.
I know what to do.
And this is my mic up. I went poop during.
That's Keith.
You
think he played left guard?
Yeah, this girl played left guard.
That's
right
literally,
guard.
that's really Keith. That's his height, weight, stature. That's Keith.
Okay.
He played left guard in Iowa, and you respected his.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm saying he played left guard. I didn't say how good he was. He played left guard. Anyway, keep things rolling, man.
You know, Coach Semi-Pro is what's his name?
Oh,
he's selling real estate now. The homie,
Derek Adobe.
Derek.
Shout out to Derek, man. Eric with the wrench, man. I ain't seen him in years. I don't know if he good, he healthy. He just left this show and started thriving.
I don't know if he's struggling or if he's doing good.
He's selling cribs. He broke up with Shohei. I think so. Yeah.
He's selling cribs in a hard. I'd have to be hard sell though. To sell cribs out there. No,
I don't know. I mean, Derek might be real good at it. He ain't came back on this show. He ain't hit you up, which means he ain't struggling.
Nah, shout out to Derek. Hopefully he's selling.
I wonder what everybody doing. I wonder what like little Ethan doing. I wonder what our Mexican homie.
Ethan hit me up like
what do you say?
A month or two ago. Just said, "Hey man, glad your shit's growing crazy. I'm happy for you. Good kid. You know,
good young kid, man. Shout out to his mom. I wonder what our Mexican homie was doing. The one who's the chop up Twitter for us.
Why shout out to his mom?
Because she would watch the show every day.
Hey, homie, you talking about Felipe?
Felipe
hit me last night.
Ooh, is he back? Is he back?
He's watching a political show. He's like, "Coach, you doing this every night?" Woo. Hit me up on texting me. And I'm like, "Yeah." So what's that mean? What's that in?
Hey, I don't mean shit right now. But
you know, it'd be good now instead of the studio on Twitter because I heard that's dead. Had in the water, right? I guess now you put like a graphic during the show of like something crazy, funny, whatever, like. You know, like a wild graph. You make a basically a thumbnail during the show, like something that happened. You know, Halliburton don't score like, and you have like a weird kind of like graphic while we're live on the show. Like you do that like several times during the live
for Twitter.
Like for Twitter, yeah. I guess that helps. Like that's what I see a lot of cats doing. But we'll see. See
I hear
Felipe.
what you're saying. And speaking of Halliburton, man, let's talk about the Pacers real quick. You say you didn't watch the game at all. You were on the yacht getting head.
I watched it. I didn't see like a lot of it because But I saw like I saw the end because they get man, I haven't slept. They I don't be yawning.
You will never yawn. I ain't tired as hell today.
But I couldn't be happier to be here. See, that's life. To me, that's regular life.
What, to yawn?
Not like don't sleep, stay up, do shit, work out, do whatever, and then just come to a show.
Yeah.
That ain't hard work, homie. That ain't no fucking, I'm not going to drill fucking oil. Like, let's be real. I'm not drilling fucking oil today. It ain't hard to me. You don't even got to respect. To me, that ain't no, I don't get no credit for that. To me, it's fucking easy. I'm at the house. Fucking kidding me? I drive to the studio. I didn't have to drive to the studio at 3 in the morning. That'd be a little different.
That was a little different, homie. You driving every hour and a half there, hour and a half back. But nah, man, listen, OKC has all the momentum right now. Obviously, it's a Pacers got to win 2 in a row to even have a chance. I do like that they're going home Thursday. I find it extremely hard to envision the Pacers just losing at home, but I will say that it does matter how healthy.
I didn't see you back there, homie.
Halliburton, yeah, I'm back there chilling. It does matter how healthy Halliburton is, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's at least 85%, which I think he came back in the game and he was moving around fine. I think it was mostly mental. It's like once you hurt something or tweak it, especially a lower limb, extremity or whatever, it fucks with your head. But he was moving around pretty damn good. So I'm hoping that, Thursday, he'll be able to get the whatever rest and recovery and ice and stem, whatever he needs to get to a comfortable spot. And Thursday, he can be more of himself. And only thing you can ask for is a game 7. And listen, OKC was always the better team coming into it. They've been the number 1 seed all year long. But if you get to game 7, anything can happen. We've seen it year in and year out. Somebody might get in foul trouble that's important to the team. Someone might get a twist an ankle. Somebody might just be cold. Like, there's so many different factors that happens. Just win game 6 and give yourself a chance, man. Because game 7 it'll be crazy. So I'm a little concerned, of course, as I should be. I mean, they're down 3-2, but I do feel confident that they'll go out there and win this game 6. I wish Halliburton didn't tweak his leg, man. Injuries always just.
I think it's over, man. I'm gonna lose my bet. So it's like I just think it's over. I've seen this movie before. These are those games that if he's not 100%, he shows up. They're getting down early, and this is one of them blowout games at home, and they have this moral victory of a great run, great year. I can see it right now. If Halliburton's not fully healthy, I can see it right now. I'm just gonna be honest.
Can you stop betting on like teams and players that I'm a fan of or who I'm rooting for, please?
You've actually won more than lost with me.
No, I haven't, homie. Because like it's something about you. Once you put your stamp of approval on something, it just like it goes to shit. So like can you just stop like bet on OKC for Thursday, please?
I'm actually more intrigued about what Joe Accord has to say to you.
Now, me and Joe, we on good terms now. He apologized.
But are you gonna apologize?
No. I didn't do anything wrong. I reacted to him being disrespectful, but then he apologized, so we're good now. Don't try to start nothing. We good now. Ain't no beef. Me and Joe cool. Joe got the weather on. He got the weather on lock. I was in the weather Discord the other day. He been breaking it down specific. Like everything cool. We good.
Halliburton can't score 4 points, so I get the injury and all that, but like there's
you're right.
No superstars in the finals can have that game.
He went 0 for 6. He didn't one. Yeah. He only shot 6 times. I have a problem with that. Even if you're not making it, it's been time where Kobe went like 8 for 28. Hey, that's cool. At least you were being aggressive and you were trying to only shoot 6 times is a problem.
Jordan beat Barkley. Barkley had like 38 and 19 or something for the Phoenix Suns. And Jordan scored 45. He shot 42 times that game. So like percentage wise, he had a horrible night.
Right.
But he scored 45 on 42 shots.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the mentality difference, though.
That 45 still counts. Regardless how you got it.
Kobe did the same thing many times. Bernard King, one of the greatest of all times, in the playoffs. Hey, dog, if you're that guy, though, well, move out the way. And like that's just Halliburton's had a great chipped away at this thing, got all these big time shots. But that game right there could prove to be costly for the Pacers and their Cinderella run, if that's what we're going to call it. They have been underdogs in every single series, so I would say it's a Cinderella run. And it's been fun to watch. I don't know if they can stave off elimination now if he's not fully healthy. If he's fully healthy, I think it's going to be a good game. They're ready to go. I think they got a winning coach who's going to get them ready to go.
Yeah.
If he's hurt, though, by any means, and he's not ready to go, and you're looking at fucking McConnell or whatever.
McConnell was hooping. McConnell's the only reason why we came back in the game and had a chance. He dropped he dropped like 12 or something in the third quarter, was going crazy. And then we took him out in the fourth. And I'm going to be real. Nimrod, pretty good role player, but he was tripping. He
hasn't shown up. He showed up.
Turnover, losing the ball, stupid ass. Like, I'm cool with if they're just playing good defense and they force it, cool. I'm talking about just unforced, horrible decision, passing the ball past the half court, just repeat. He looked like he was shook. And my problem with Nimrod is he is a good player, but sometimes he feels like he's the guy. And he goes out there and he tries to act like he's Kobe in the four. I'm like, bro, chill, pass the ball, bro. Like, you're not the guy. But yeah, it just was a bad performance. And I need Siakam to be the guy who shoots 30 times, though, honestly. He's our best scorer. He's our most skilled scorer. Halliburton's a true point guard. He's not a guy that you really, want to go shoot 40 times. That's not gonna apply. We're not gonna win that way. I like him being aggressive in the sense of okay, shoot between 15 to 20 times. But even when you're not actually shooting, you're driving to kick. You're being aggressive. You're drawing the defense in. You're trying, you know what I mean? Like last night, he just dribble, pass, and he just wasn't aggressive enough. And he creates so much offense for our role players when he is aggressive. So that's what we need from Hallie. He got to take a shot, whatever he got to do to get this pain away. Take some 4 or 5 ibuprofen, whatever you got to do. And we just got to win Thursday, y'all. Just make it to game 7. Just see what happens.
Yeah. My point is, if he's hurt, I don't think it's game 7.
There was some weird thing you just said, bro, down.
Yeah. David Kotanavif. God damn it, D. Jones. Stop fucking typing.
Quit wolf the cigars and talk a legit UFC.
What's his name, though?
David Kanatayev.
What?
David Kanatayev.
Hamas?
I don't even know what Hamas is. I really don't.
I don't either.
Like you done said so many times. I don't even know who the fuck.
Yeah. He said, but let me go back to what he was saying. He said, because I wanted to get your take. He said right there.
He said, Coach, talk UFC.
But then he said,
you would get way more viewers.
Then he said,
okay, he keep going. Okay, keep going. Listen to the viewers, Coach. Shout out to Usman. My guy Usman.
Who?
Usman, Nigerian. Bounced back. Had to take 2 losses in a row. It might have been, was it 2 or 3 losses in a row? People thought he was done. Phenomenal career, gonna be a Hall of Famer. Bounced back, went against a young guy, what's his name, Buckley, I think, and dominated him. The OG, I think he's 38 years old, went out there and showed him, hey, I still got a lot left in the tank. So shout out to him. It was a big time card, and that was actually on ESPN Plus. Didn't have to pay for it, or as far as pay-per-view. And he's definitely climbing back up in the rankings, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see Usman contending for a title again here soon. So appreciate that. But JB, we got some WPS before we go to our first commercial break. If you're ready for that.
Fuck UFC. Shit's horrible. I hate that shit. Bunch of gay motherfucker barefoot walking around fucking grabbing each other. That shit is fucking gay. Go ahead.
White people shit. And here we go.
Look, I'm way the hell up here. All on traffic. That's my boy Kent over there. We're on top of the Bay Bridge, player. Look at me looking down.
That's O-Town.
What's up, Rob Mo? I'm just videotaping it. Say what's up, player. Where you at? I'm over here. I can't lean over. Hey, there go my boy Rob Mo.
Like this.
It's nice, player. We all on top of the world over here. Alcatraz, San Francisco, the bottom of the ocean down.
They get paid a lot of money, I think. But
So I watched that right now. Look at that guy. He looks like a little boy. See him on the side of the fucking deal right there? I didn't even see that guy.
Looks scary, homie. Just watching it. Looks scary, homie.
Do you ever get that like butterfly feel in your stomach?
When you first sent it to me and I watched it, I got that. It went straight through. I'm like, whoa, like it went through my chest.
Oh, so you feel that like for other people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. I get that little butterfly thing like, oh shit, I would never be on that motherfucker. But like those cats make like, I don't know how much they make, but I know it's a lot of money per hour because they get paid hourly, but you couldn't pay me now.
Man, yeah, I couldn't do that either, bro. Like, I'm scared of heights, number one. Number two, I've always told y'all I'm never going to do anything. Like, when it's my time to go, whenever God calls me home, it's going to be like a regular thing. It's not going to be something like that.
That was like a hood white cat talking from Oakland. The real white boy shit would have been the dude just takes off from there and then he does that parachute thing or whatever. That fucking, they do that shit too. These fucking white people, they'll jump off that shit right there though. And then they'll turn around and look at the camera and shit, and then they drop the fucking cord. That is the shit. That's the fucking
anything up high. I'm saying bye. That's some Mission Impossible shit. That's some like I'm not doing any of that on me. I'm not about to risk my life. Imagine if stop yawning, homie, on the TV. Imagine if like
you yawn more than anyone I know.
But that's my thing. That's not your thing. I can yawn. You taking all my stuff. You yawning like me. You taking two that can be true. And we're not shouting them out no more until they give us some money. I'm done doing that.
Yeah, I don't fuck about UFC. I've never really sat and watched UFC event unless I got it for the homies that were here.
I like UFC.
Yeah, I never really sat down and watched the fucking thing. I have no interest.
I like UFC.
Like I have no interest.
They be like elbowing, kneeing. It be so grimy and gritty.
I get all that, but once you catch them, and then it seems like it's over because it's real shit, right? Like you're gonna get caught with a fucking elbow or knee, it's kind of over. The shit's over. So it's like,
yeah, but it's not. Each fight is its own entity. You got some fights.
I get it.
Early, some is heavy wrestling. Those are a little bit more on the boring side, unless you're like a technician and you really love the art of all that. And then some of them they just grab it for 5 rounds, bloody. They taking hits, but they just keep going. Like so, it just.
I think it's oversaturated with like mediocrity, and that's their new excellence. Like, there's so many channels of it. I every time I turn on something, like I see UFC Turkey and UFC fucking Istanbul and UFC New York and UFC fucking on Netflix, UFC on fucking.
Focus on the main cards though. Yeah, sometimes they'll have like some little free stuff on ESPN, but we don't really watch them. We watch the main like pay-per-view shit.
I wouldn't know what that is. That's what I'm saying. So all I see is UFC fucking everywhere. And so what is it? So UFC and then the WWE or what's the other one? MMA. Is that the same shit or what?
Well, MMA is that's mixed martial arts. That's just a art that's a part of UFC.
That's like boxing,
taekwondo, or your boxing, kickboxing, MMA, like just like an art. You know what I'm saying? But UFC is the company. It's grown so much. And one thing about Dana White, I mean, he's a lot of things, but he knows how to he puts on the best fights. Like the structure of UFC is different in boxing, where like Dana White controls who fights who. It's not like, I don't want to fight him. Like there's no promoters. He's the promoter for his company. So if he wants to make the champion, and if you're the contender, y'all y'all gonna fight next. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no running. So that's what makes them so good, because you're gonna see best on best.
Hey, shout out to those guys. I'm not a guy. And Rio, no, I don't really give a fuck about UFC. That's why I don't give a fuck about it. That's why I'm asking you regular questions, because I don't give a fuck about it. I don't think you understand that.
and we gonna talk boxing with Steve Kim, man, George Kambosos, man, got stopped by Richardson Hitchens. And I got to ask him about Hitchens, man. Is Hitchens the next guy? Because I didn't really know a lot about the guy. I saw him trash talking, leading up to the fight. He tried to bet like an extra couple, like, 6 figures or whatever on the fight. Kambosos didn't want to do it. And now I see why. He destroyed Kambosos, who's a former champion. And then Hitchens called out Haney, called him and his daddy a bitch. That's what Hitchens did. That's what Hitchens did. So I got to talk to Steve Kim about that and kind of learn more about him. But we're going to do a quick commercial break. I'm going to grab me some toast, give me some water, go stretch, do some push-ups, and I'm going to come right back. Do all that in 3 minutes.
Hey, Smitty.
Yeah.
We got College World Series news. I know you got a lot of insight on that. And I know we got
I do.
Did you see Stephen A playing solitaire?
Yeah, everybody was on for that. He said,
everybody on.
Commercial break.
He defended himself, boy.
Commercial break. Yeah, I got solitaire on my phone with commercial break.
He defended himself like a motherfucker. I know Whitlock went on him.
But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But at the end of the day, it's like nobody ain't locked in 100% like this entire game. Like that's just
he's not a real analyst. He's an entertainer. Like, let's be real. He's an entertainer. So like, I'm not tripping at all. I'm not getting my fucking breakdown from Stephen A. anyway, who never could hit a bucket, butt naked in Alaska. So it's like, it wasn't like I'm looking at him as my go-to fucking guy. So
also me being in the space. I'm not gonna like
that shit that bothered me.
Look at this screenshot of him having solitaire on his phone and like take it as if like he just like they're acting like the whole game he just playing solitaire. Like it's not the case.
We should have put our thumbnail on his phone and act like he was watching our show.
It's too late now.
I know. Fuck. We'll be back in 4.
Hey, well, fuck it. I'll go home tonight. I'll drink my yak and smoke my stick, and I'll get it back cracking.
This hoe. Angel Reese is back in the news. Popping ass.
That's what I'm saying. She talking about 200.
It don't even look like it.
That's what I'm talking.
Yeah.
Send it. Now let me see your booty. Dang.
So we already know where her future will be. We know what her future is, and we know. I'm confused, man. Like, yes, thank you. Any of you youngsters out there, what's that vibe? Cringe. If you don't have it by now with this broad, then you better get it quick. Stop. You better hurry up and get it, homie. Like, that's like saying like she fucked, her ex-boyfriend and came back and talked shit, said you're a bitch, fuck you, and then she fucked him again just so she can get the rebound. That's what I believe she does, because she misses so badly, gets her own rebound, and then boom, moves on. That's what I think she does with the dick as well. She'll bounce back, get a rebound off of old dick. The problem is she's not very sexy to me. So anyone that thinks she's sexy is crazy. You can get that ass walking down the street on Fig any day. You can get that ass walking down anywhere. And the bottom line is, what does this do with her and her sport? I'm just trying to figure out, why is this and basketball or the WNBA and her and Caitlin Clark, what does that have to do with anything? I'm just trying to figure out. But don't sexualize me. Don't sexualize me. The irony is fucking unbelievable, homie. Like, the irony is really unbelievable. Don't sexualize me. God damn. And I know Smitty would be defending this shit right now. I can't wait for Monday. I'm going to bring it back up. This broad's a joke, homie. She's a fucking mockery. She's a joke. No wonder the WNBA is broke as fuck. No wonder it's fucking broke. And if she's the second most famous person in the league right now as being the worst player in the league right now, then you know you have a problem, WNBA. Let me say that again. If she's the second most recognizable player in the WNBA, which I believe she is, the second most recognizable, but she's the worst player in the WNBA, then you have a problem, WNBA. Fact. You have a fucking problem if she's the second most recognizable figure you have. And she's only known for shaking that ass. Stop it. Tell me she's not. Tell me that you don't watch her to see the ass that you think she really has. And I don't know what ass you guys grew up around, but that's not ass. Like, that's not really just donkey. That's not just bah. That's not. Stop. Stop it. It's not. You guys are sexualizing her. Stop sexualizing her, homie. And then who's the baby red or whatever her name is? You can't have an uglier bitch on camera. She's one of the ugliest bitches I've ever fucking seen. Have you seen that bitch with no makeup on? I saw some shit someone sent me. I didn't even know who she was. What's her name? Baby red? She's fucking atrocious too. And guess what? Good job, high school administrators and teachers, for letting that broad come into your school and perform. Makes sense during Kamala election process. Remember that? Remember they let her into high school to perform? Baby Red is coming. The bitch wouldn't perform because she didn't get paid. Like Kamala didn't pay anybody anyway, even Cardi B's. I'm fucking with Stephon Diggs. The offseason. Go Kamala. That was fucking Cardi B's fucking take on the Kamala Harris tour. I ain't fuck with Stephon Diggs and Offset and all the other rappers and go Kamala. You can't be more retarded than Cardi B, homie. Real shit. Like, she might be the dumbest bitch I've ever heard speak, period. Then you got this dumb bitch right here who's the ugly as fuck, by the way. Take that wig off and the glasses, and you got a little boy. I mean, that's a little...
We back, y'all. Hour number 2, man. Like, subscribe, become a member right now. We are almost at 15,000 members, man. We need 5,000 more. Make sure y'all all just become a member right now so we can take it to that next level. And man, cannot wait, man. Steve Kim will be on shortly enough. But Jason, man, how you feeling, man? What we got next, homie?
The homie Cisco's gonna pop in at 8.
Okay. Homie Cisco, man. Cool.
Yeah, he
cool.
watched show yesterday. He'll come in, give us some insight on the Hispanic deportation and everything like that. It'd be a good conversation. Good conversation you and him can have. I think he agrees with you on some things. He disagrees on. We'll see. It'll be a good thing. He'll be on. Steve Kim on next, and then we have Steve Lyons. And I grew up watching Steve Lyons, Smitty, calling games and shit.
Really?
Yeah, when I was young, watched baseball a lot. Like, baseball used to be, I don't know, sports used to be different, homie.
You were a kid, so the nostalgia of it was it feels different
like,
when you're a
I
kid.
watched everything. Like, I remember, like I remember big Mondays and college basketball was a big thing. And then, like, I knew all the players, and like, I think that shit has changed now because fucking nobody knows the players anymore because they're on fucking 5 schools and fucking 7 semesters.
But
so
it's also
like,
because you're old now.
Yeah, not really.
No, for real though, I've noticed as I gotten older, my fandom isn't the same. Like, I was a big time Lakers, Kobe fan. Like, I would be in arguments every day at school about it, like real serious arguments, almost ready to fight. But when you become a grown man, just you got real life going on. So like, you still care, but the passion ain't the exact same.
Nah, see, I put it with my take. Your take goes hand in hand with my take. I think that if the game was good, we'd be fucking still discussing it. That's just my thing.
We
But
are discussing it, just not to the same level.
yeah, let's bring our main man, the co-host of Whitlock's Fearless, the 3 knockdown rule with Mario Lopez, our main man, the Korean co-cell himself, Steve Kim, joins us. Steve, happy Tuesday.
Morning.
Entertaining
Miami colors on. I love it.
Entertaining weekend this weekend. Did you do anything? Nice weather finally?
Not really. Got in a workout at 10 Goose and then avoided all those riots and then just had to watch the fights and that's it.
Speaking of fights, Kambosos, man, got beat up. Can you break it down, man? I didn't know much about this Hitchens cat, but he looked pretty damn good, man. What's your take on the fight and Hitchens himself?
Well, Kambosos' 15 minutes has been over about an hour ago, but I give him credit. He parlayed a stunning upset victory over Teofimo Lopez, was able to really earn other paydays from it, and really has not won a lot of rounds against like the world-class level guys. But, look, he extended his run, made some money, and Hitchens is good. Hitchens is a very sound, solid, technically proficient boxer, and this time around he planted his feet. Was not running around the ring. I think that is the balance that Turki Al-Sheikh wants. When he said last week, look, I'm not looking for Tom and Jerry fights.
I saw that.
I want fights. I think what Hitchens did on that night was really, really good. He does that every night. He won't have a problem. Now, if he makes this into the Indy 500, like certain fighters, there's going to be a problem. He's just not going to get Turkey's money.
Right, and I saw after the fight, if I'm not mistaken, he called out the Haney, Devin Haney. I think Haney responded via Twitter saying something like, "If you like, we can fight at 147." I believe is what he said. Is that a realistic matchup, or he just talking?
Well, it's realistic in a sense that they're both fighters around the same weight class. Keep this in mind, though. Hitchens has an IBF 140-pound belt. Right now, Haney's not a champion. And so the argument's going to be, well, who's the A side?
Right.
Who has the leverage here? And the guy that's the champion is going to say, well, I have a belt. Why would I fight for a non-title fight if the money's not going to be exorbitant? And then Devin Haney, I think that when Turki Al-Sheikh said last week, no Tom and Jerry,
he took a shot.
I think Haney was one of the guys that he was targeting based on what happened Cinco de Mayo. And one thing about, I want to say to Turkey, I'll take objection to what you said. Tom and Jerry for years put up entertaining battles.
They did.
I would have gone more with Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. Okay, because Tom and Jerry, before they became friends, they would try to kill each other. I was actually entertained by those two guys.
That's when America went woke, is when they became fucking friends. They should have never became friends.
I don't know. I mean, look, I think Shakur Stevenson, July 12th, has a real issue because his style isn't always exciting, but he's fighting William Zepeda, who's going to bring the action. Now, my understanding is, I've read this, they're going to be employing an 18 by 18 ring. So it's a little bit smaller, more contained space or less. If Shakur cannot make an entertaining fight or is not willing to at least engage a little bit more under those circumstances, given what Turki Al-Sheikh has said, there might be an issue with this future payday. I'm going to be very, very curious to see how that turns out.
Steve, you got more boxing talk, Smitty?
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Steve,
by the way, this week's 3 knockdown rules coming out on podcast form in about an hour and a half. And then YouTube, this week's special in-studio guest for a full hour, the always outspoken, very blunt, honest, intelligent, knowledgeable Rudy Hernandez.
Ooh.
Rudy. Is he still out here?
Oh, yeah, he's always out here.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. We were just talking before you came in. The nostalgia, Smitty used the word so eloquently about sports overall. Is it because of all the movement? Like, you and I grew up in the same era pretty much. We always discussed, like, watching Big Monday, the Big East, Georgetown, Syracuse. We knew all the players on all the teams, NC State. We turn on any game, and we knew all the players. Nowadays, is it because we don't know the players in this? Because my point is, Steve, we used to watch all sports. I would watch baseball, and I remember Steve Lyons calling games, who's going to come on after you today. And I was like, I grew up watching him call games. And I know I remember him as a player for the 85 Red Sox. And I'm like, the nostalgia Smitty use, I think, is gone. But also, I think the quality of the sport is gone. That's why I don't watch it no more. Like, I used to watch a lot of sports. To me, were good. Like, sports are just not good no more to me. Like, I don't get it. Am I tripping?
Well, it's never just one thing. It's always a little bit of everything. I think with various sports, there have been issues that are problematic to the viewing audience or viewing pleasure. Like for baseball, the fact that now there's a pitch count, if you're seeing a no-hitter in the 6th inning, the pitcher's going to be taken out. That's going to piss people off. It is. The NBA, the load management and the style of play, that's going to alienate a lot of fans. Football still holds an audience because of gambling, the fantasy sports, but the muted violence. And, I've been watching some 80s and 90s highlight montages. I mean, look, football is a tough game. It is still dangerous and violent. But what they did in the 80s and 90s was absolute savagery. Oh, my God. That was a different breed of gladiator. And so those things can erode the interest. The other thing is, Coach, the area you're talking about, you kind of knew where to find the games. Nowadays, if you wanted to watch every Laker game, like when I was growing up and I was really a fan, you had to watch KHJ or KCAL Channel 9 for every road game. CBS would have about 7 to 8 games that were national. And then starting in 84, 85, you had Prime Ticket, which then became Fox Sports. If you wanted to watch every Laker game, you kind of knew how.
Right.
Now with the split rights fees and the streaming and certain cable companies not getting along with certain networks, I mean, I'm the only guy in LA that I know of, Coach, that had the Pac-12 network the last 10 years, believe it or not. You didn't have it.
No.
Right? My friends who are big USC, UCLA fans, they could not watch certain games. They used to piss them off. So even though you can watch every game now, it's actually harder to do so. So I think all of those things have kind of helped erode some of the interest overall in sports.
And I was going to bring that up because the viewership in that, let's say for LA, the Kings, the Dodgers, the Lakers, the 3 biggest draws, can't watch them in LA. Ohtani pitched last night, Steve, first time in 21 months. Nobody can fucking watch him. Like, not in LA anyway. So I think the viewership for that, to your point, has gone down tremendously.
That's the funny thing. I still have basic cable spectrum, and I'm satisfied, believe it or not. And people think I'm crazy, but here's the reality. I have Spectrum Sports. I don't really watch it all that much, but I get the Big Ten. I get the SEC network. I get the ACC network. I get ESPNU. And so I'm kind of satisfied. Okay. So, and I had the Pac-12 before that went off the air. So, I mean, again, I know people that the last 4 years have had YouTube TV, then they do Hulu, and then they go back to cable. I'm like, guys, stick with one.
Here's the thing. KCBD, Mahomes' biggest fanboy, he said that I replace sports with politics. Isn't that the fucking point? How bad sports have become? Well, KCBD.
That's another factor. That's
Jesus
factor.
Christ.
I think everything you guys have said is true in every wholesome way, especially Steve's point as far as like not knowing where to watch the game at. I think that's a very huge deal right now. But also, though, don't you guys feel like when you were younger, when you were just 13, 14, just growing up, that you're like, you didn't have other life things going on. Like your responsibilities were limited. It's just the sports and school, and it's different.
Priorities. And back when you were growing up, you really think sports is all that important. Like you really think these guys matter, that the game's actually
it's different.
Now you can get to them on DMs, and people think they know them now.
Yeah, or you actually do know them, like us.
The other thing is, Coach, before even DVR or TiVo, right? To catch a game live, you had to be there. You had to break through traffic. You had to run over people, cut in line to watch that game unless you had a VCR and you knew how to set up the timer. Now, you could actually, let's say on a Saturday, you have something to do and you're unavailable on the college football Saturday. By late Saturday night, there are YouTube channels that cut up the games, and you can watch 4 or 5 games within 3 hours because they cut out the commercials, they cut out the huddles. And you're watching games, bang, 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 bang. I'm actually watching some games from last year just for my own purposes at the office. That was not available. You can watch every NFL game now, either through the NFL app, or there's also YouTube channels that actually cut out everything else but the plays. So the availability is actually, I don't want to say thinned out the interest, but it has diluted your willingness to actually be right there from the first snap of the live broadcast.
Yeah, I just think I don't know. I think the grown man thing is a little bit overblown because I think we all had parents. My dad was worked fucking in 15-hour days and would not get home and watch sports. And they used to get poker night or barbecue. They would do that shit with a bunch of grown men would watch games more than we do now.
In his era, there was no Netflix.
Nah, yeah.
There wasn't
Right.
a lot of options. You had the three major networks, and you had Fox starting in the mid-'80s. Then, cable packages, you had about 70 to 80 channels, but you kind of knew.
We had Cablevision or whatever.
That many options.
Yeah, there wasn't. Nah, you're right. Nah, I agree. It's different. Steve, let's dive right into it. Jason Whitlock, you'll be on here, his show in a few minutes. Basically said he isn't buying into Shador Sanders hype. They're turning him into gold chain wearing Tim Tebow. And I just and he said it's going to blow up in their faces. What did Jason mean, you think?
Well, I think he's saying that before we anoint him and put his bust in Canton, Ohio, and give him a gold jacket, we ought to calm down on Mr. June. And I tend to agree. I mean, you're throwing against air. I mean, this is like a fighter looking good hitting mitts. I've never seen a professional fighter who did not look like a monster hitting mitts. That's the God's honest truth. But look, he's going to have a shot, and I've said this to Whitlock. I think come August, whether we like it or not, and I am curious, every single Browns preseason game, I'm going to watch.
Yep.
I'm curious. I think it's the biggest story of the preseason, believe it or not, Coach.
I agree with you 1,000%. And I understand, like, what Whitlock is saying here, but I just think the comparison to Tebow is not fair because we kind of knew, like, Tebow was a great college quarterback because of his style of play, but we knew his arm, a lot of the mechanics just wasn't really there for the NFL. A lot of the questions for Shador is like, can he play without his father being the coach, or is he too big of like a star or a distraction for the locker room? It's not heavily, at least from what I'm hearing, on like ability. At least from what I'm seeing on my feed. So,
I don't think I could not believe I'm watching that draft years ago, and when Josh McDaniel picked Tebow round number 1,
right,
I was like, what are you doing?
It just didn't make sense.
I mean, he had a release. If Charles Barkley's golf swing was an NFL throwing motion, that would have been it. It was all clunky. Or Hideo Nomo had like 18 different parts. It took forever, and you were never going to change it. He never took a snap under center.
Right.
And Shador is good. He's a skilled passer. The thing is, he's always going to look good in OTAs for one reason.
Right.
There's no pass rush. You're not going to get hit. You don't have to show any real escapability, and no one's going to hit you in the mouth.
And I don't think he's going against the ones either, which is not his fault. Right. I'm just saying he's going against like the 3s or 4s or whatever. So,
but having an understanding of how to throw the ball, where to throw the ball, and to be able to lace it and thread the needle in certain spots, he has an advanced knowledge compared to Tebow. The Tebow thing was still one of the flukiest things I ever saw. He'd struggle for 3.5 quarters. He'd look terrible. Then he'd make a play, and everyone say it's Tebow mania. And I said, I was like,
that was a crazy time, Steve.
Hey, Steve, I got one of your. I think you are a big fan of this man. He's on tomorrow. Just got confirmation, but Daryl Talley will be on the show tomorrow.
Daryl Talley,
one
of the foundational players of the Don Nehlen run at West Virginia, and the 4 Super Bowls in Buffalo. Very good player. Very, very good player.
Yep, he'll be on the show tomorrow, Smitty.
Legend.
Let's dive into the next one, Smitty.
Let's get it. We talked about this a little earlier. Want to get your take though on it. Stephen A. Smith is getting some heat online for playing solitaire at the NBA Finals. I'm sure you saw the screenshot here. One of your former colleagues, Steve. Is this a big deal or no deal?
It's a big deal. Look, it's the NBA Finals. It's kind of, but I think that was Game 4. So that's really pivotal game. And look, when I'm watching a fight on press row, do I check other websites? And if an undercard fight is boring and does not hold we all do that. And I can see, because I can see all our laptops on press row. But when it comes to the main event, I'm live tweeting that event intently.
Right.
That's not an undercard game. You're covering NBA Game 4 in a 2-1 series where Indiana could have put an absolute stranglehold on this series. And that's not a good look. I'll be honest. I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world, but it does kind of say something. It's like, how much does this guy actually watch?
Well, that's my point. Is it? Are we expecting too much from this guy? He's an entertainer. I think they
watch the game that he's at. No,
yeah, no. Like what I'm saying is that I think like if you really know his background, that I think Jason has kind of shown everybody. Like I don't know if I'm not getting my information from this guy anyway. He's a clown to me. Like I'm not getting my information from him.
I'm with you on that. I mean, look, do I find on Twitter one of my favorite media personalities when growing up, because this guy was an absolute knife, Peter Vesey. I find him to be fascinating still. I wish he was still working. His Twitter timeline during the games is hilarious because he rips the announcers. He has very pointed criticisms of players, but I know he's watching the game. Like, I really know he cares about it. And with Stephen A. Smith, I wonder, is like, he's a personality, there's no doubt about it. Certainly one of the pillars of ESPN. But if we can't ask you during one of the biggest, like, look, if that was a game in April or May, I wouldn't even care. This is the NBA Finals. This one's kind of important here.
I think he responded and claimed he said it was during a timeout or something like that. But I don't know.
I'm surprised his PR team didn't say it was fake.
No, because you got to own it. You got to own it at that point, because then you say it's fake, and then now you're making it a big deal because you're lying and saying it's fake. So just own it and move on.
What they got to do? They got to have one of those injury tents for Stephen A. Smith now. Just put it up. This way,
cover him up.
Go on Pornhub, do all that stuff. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I don't really.
Social media just a funny place, man. You're not getting away with anything.
No,
today. Like
if anybody knows it, he should though, right?
No, for sure. But I'm just saying it's impossible to be perfect though. Like when all eyes are on you, like he might have been on there for 10 seconds maybe. And somebody above him was just waiting for him to do something on his phone, and they just took a picture real quick.
Hey, Steve, you've been at that network. You know how these things go at certain big events. Why isn't he in a more restricted area? Is that not the norm?
No, but isn't that where they're set up?
That's their set. That's their set.
Yeah. So he's
that's where the halftime set is at.
So fans are behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. That's kind of weird to me. I don't know. I guess it's normal. I thought it would be a little different. Steve, I got to dive into this, though. The Titans, they deleted their Father's Day post after it went viral Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all the Titans moms and fatherly figures. Many fans were upset by this tweet. Obviously, cancel culture vultures came out. That it surprised me that the teams that didn't mention Father's Day, but they mentioned gay pride, is fucking astronomical to me. But this happened.
This is crazy, though.
Big deal.
Go ahead, Steve.
I don't think it's a big deal, but good grief. Can't the fellas just get one day?
Yeah, I don't get
My
this.
God, the one day you give them, you do that shit.
Do you know, Steve, that I did this? Somebody sent me this research, and I actually looked it up. I was like, is this real? $10 billion more is spent on Mother's Day than Father's Day, Smitty.
I'm not surprised. All right, makes sense.
With a B.
Let's be real. A lot of people didn't even know Father's Day was coming up until like the week of. Oh shit, Father's Day's here! Like, and trying to scramble around. Like, it's a real thing.
See, Smitty. I've been trying to tell you. Macro. They're trying to eliminate the masculine men, homie.
But no, I'm saying to me, even growing up, Father's Day has always been on the back burner. Even when I was like younger, I just feel like Father's Day was never on the same pedestal as Mother's Day. It just never was. And I don't know if it's the nature of just, when you think about a woman, we want to give her gifts and flowers. And as a man, I don't need anything. I don't know if that's part of it, but like it's always been like it's been unbalanced.
Smitty.
Travis is he's a fun sponge. Bro, if Kiana doesn't get MVP of the league, I don't know. I'm boycotting the WFA. I'm boycotting.
Steve.
No.
This is what they're replacing us with, Steve. This is fucking stud football. Literally. So that this is what
I don't know how Steve. I don't know how he
Yeah.
connected those dots.
because they're getting rid of the masculine men.
But
Flag
that
football,
tweet that the Titans put out was ridiculous,
football,
and
Olympics.
whoever did that, like, I don't know how they even got this approved. I'm assuming they didn't get it approved, and they just went out on a limb and just tweeted it out themselves. I run social media accounts. That's what I do for my 9 to 5, so I know a little bit of the process and how stuff works. So I don't know how the hell whoever runs this account, they must just tweet this out with zero approval. This makes no sense.
Didn't they do something on what day was that?
And either the person that runs that account either has to be a white liberal or a black woman. Let's just be honest.
It's one or the other.
My God.
Guaranteed.
It just don't make any sense to put this stuff. Like, you're literally, this is a football team made of men who are fathers. A lot of them are fathers. You know what I'm saying? Like out of respect for them alone, your brain. Like, I don't get it. It just makes there's no answer for this.
By the way, did you guys see that interview with that lady? I think her name is Michelle K. was crying to Cam Newton. You guys happen to see that? Thing's going viral.
Oh, K. Michelle?
Yeah, she's like, oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm like, hey, lady, look up with better men. My God.
Steve.
I'm going to stick up for the black brothers out there. Fellas, do not listen to her. This is what Kevin Samuels was talking about. Right here. Fellas.
Steve.
And the funny thing is, she's talking to a guy in Cam Newton who has a bunch of baby mamas. Miss.
Irony.
You're choosing bad mates and vice versa, fellas. But for her to just blame black men, I'm like, time out. It takes two to tango. Just put it on black men. I'm like, this lady is so dishonest. My God. My God.
And I didn't see that individual clip, but to a bigger point, I am seeing a lot of just podcasts and shows, whatever, where women are pointing a finger at men, period. And blaming us for just everything. I'm like, listen, I'm not walking around saying we're perfect. No, we're not. But at the same time, to your point, Steve, it do take two to tango. And don't act like women ain't a part of the problem either.
Another thing, Miss, whatever your name is, your breastises look nice. Cover them up if you're going to make that message. If you're talking about discernment and discipline and being more cultured, all right? Your cleavage, I enjoyed it. Did not fit the message. Just saying. But still, it looked nice.
Are you mad or happy? I can't tell if you're mad about it or happy. He said, your cleavage, I enjoyed it. But for that message, don't do it.
I mean, I didn't see her face at all when they panned over. I was like, but
He's crazy.
Steve, to your take.
The packaging have to fit.
To your take, though. White liberal woman could also be involved when you see shit like this.
An aisle. And there were like two guys that walked up next to us. You know, Peyton like walked away. My wife walked away for just a second. And they were like snickering to to themselves or something. And like I didn't really think much of it. So I'm just looking at the candy aisle trying to decide what candy I want. And he walks by and gets like inches from me and just rips one, like farts like this far from me. That's disgusting to say. I can't even believe I'm having to say this, but he did. And about that time, Peyton walked up, like didn't witness what happened, but like seconds later, and I'm like upset and I follow after him. I was like, is there a reason? You were just so disrespectful to me. Called you a minute. Come here. And he
No, keep showing it, Bailey. Keep showing it, Bailey. Keep showing it. Wait till the husband walks up.
I never felt so dehumanized.
Not only did he fart on her, when she confronted him, he said, just walk away, you fucking bitch.
This is Albertsons, by the way. And go to the customer service to be like, hey, this just happened. I was just disrespected in your store and called names like several times. And security guard went and talked to him, came back, and they all just kind of looked at us and was like, well, can't y'all just leave?
Hold on, man.
That cannot be real.
They say it's real. They say it's real.
That's not real, bro. They're definitely trolling.
Smitty, I thought that was the husband. I didn't know she said wife. That's why I saw Steve laugh, and now I see why Steve was laughing.
They're definitely trolling, home. There's no way that's real.
That's real.
Farts are funny.
Yeah, farts have always been funny.
Yeah, I don't get it, but that is the left peaceful protesters.
There
that
you
we saw in
go.
LA.
There you go. Yeah, now you can everything together.
Hey guys, but K
Devices.
Michelle, make better choices than men. This is on y'all. Y''ALL. Y'all.
Shout out to
My
K Michelle.
God. My God. When I'm watching this and I'm going, what are you talking about? And then I saw something on Twitter where some baby mama with 3 different like celebrity or well-known athletes that I'm sick. Look at your kids. By myself. You made terrible decisions. If you're having babies with rappers and athletes, it ain't gonna work. It's not. And then if you have multiples with rappers and athletes, really not gonna work.
Steve, Smitty, I can't drink no more coffee, homie. I drank too much coffee during that whole segment.
Yeah.
So now I'm like bloated. But anyway,
is your chest, is your heart okay?
Yeah. I tried to keep up with you.
Get that Cam Newton thing. My guy. He was just like kind of bemused going.
Oh yeah, on the side, yeah.
He's like, I know this bitch ain't saying this, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, check it out.
Hey,
Anton Daniels did a good segment on it. Shout out to Anton Daniels.
Steve, one of your favorites, Angel Reese, has filed a trademark for the rebound term "me bounds." Reese said she loves the trolling because it results in good ideas from fans. I'm gonna have a different take on this, Steve. Be shocked, be ready, but go ahead. I gotta get your take on the "me bounds" trademark.
Yeah, look, she might as well get something out of it. I think now we can clearly say it. Of course, I've been saying it longer than anyone. If this rivalry with Caitlin Clark was never about basketball, it's an insult to Caitlin Clark. And it really showed you how overblown the Angel Reese hype was in terms of pure basketball ability. She's an effective rebounder. I will give her that. But is she an elite player? Does she actually lead to winning? Does she, make that teammates better, as they say? No, she doesn't. But she has a brand and a business. It's probably going to create more jealousy as the years go on from other players. And so that's it. I think there's really no rivalry between her and Caitlin.
I agree with you. I don't think there's a rivalry now. I think the college one was a real thing. And at the college level, Angel Reese was one of the best players in the game at the college level. But so far in her WNBA career, she has not shown that at all. That progression has not shown. To your point, she's really good at rebounding. And for the most part, that's it right now. We'll see how she continues to go. But I'm with you. It's apples and oranges at this point. Caitlin Clark's a much better player. It's not even close. And the Chicago, the Sky, they're not good either. So like it's like not only are you not playing amazing, your team's not good either. And when you guys did play against the Fever just outclassed you, I think like twice this year, like in blowout. So
aren't they getting blown out almost every game, Chicago?
It's been really, this year, really bad. Last year, they were way better. I don't know what happened. I think they got a new coach. They lost some players. This year, they're way worse. But to answer the question, though, yeah, I'm with you. Business-wise, it makes sense. I mean, why not make some money off of it? So
hey,
go ahead, Jimmy.
If all you do is shake ass, guess what? Subtraction by addition is a real thing, too. Let me ask you something. I'm going to be different on this one. Kudos to her because I trademarked slapdick. I told Smitty yesterday, I'm all for this. So take it, take the fans because haters are our biggest fans.
Yeah,
and take that shit and make your money. Because guess what? This is a shit league. The WNBA is an absolute fucking mockery, and she don't make no coin anyway. So go make more money doing other things.
She's got other endorsement deals, though. She has a business.
Yeah.
Now she got bread.
No, that's my point. That's my point. It's more than. It's more than on the court because she ain't making no money on the court. They're not. They're just not. So like
70,000 or something.
I'm saying like real coin. Like. So listen, go make your money. Me bound it. Fuck it. I'm all with it. Slap it. Me bound. Slap dick.
Collab.
We'll do it all.
Collab with her, JB.
Yeah, I'm a collaborator with her on this Instagram short. But anyway, Steve, the GOAT has returned.
Oh yeah.
And it's not Caleb Williams.
He's back. The greatest athlete of all time, Steve. Joey Chestnut's returning for this year's Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating contest, man. I'm so excited. I know you got to be, Steve.
Did you guys ever watch the 30 for 30 on this guy?
Yeah, I had him on the show. He was funny. He was a good dude. He's California native.
One of the most disgustingly entertaining things I've ever seen. I was just like, wow. But he's a dynasty. There's no doubt about it. He's one of the all-time great athletes in American history.
Is he considered an athlete?
Yeah.
Well, ESPN shows it. I mean,
You have to train to do what he does. It's like a technique behind it. You have to work out. You have to get your stomach a certain stretched out. Yeah.
I forgot my boy's name. Big brother, man. Cool cat. He came on my show as well. What's his name? He always drinks all the big drinks, like the 2 liter.
Oh, I know you're talking about. I don't know his name though.
He told me about how to train for it, and he wouldn't call himself an athlete. He said it on my show. Like he's like the stomach's different.
We call NASCAR. We call those athletes though. So we got to be consistent.
Well, we had that debate with our main man, Penn State legend, L.A. Ram.
You remember that, don't you? Yeah, that was a good debate we had.
Steve, I thought the only what do they call hot dogs? The glizzy?
Yep, glizzies.
I thought the only glizzy guzzler was Caleb Williams in Chicago. But we'll see. We'll see.
So Mount Rushmore, is it Tiger Woods, MJ, Tom Brady, and Joey Chestnut?
Oh, fuck.
Well, I wouldn't put a golfer in my.
Okay, all right. Take Tiger out. Who would you replace him with?
Bonnie Blue.
Athletes, I mean,
Muhammad Ali.
Ali would be a better one than Tiger Woods for me.
I agree with Jungle Rumbler. Bonnie Blue, homie. She took 1,000 dicks, Smitty, in one night.
Oh, really?
Is she really a she? There's some rumors going around.
There are some rumors that the dude was a boy, and he said it. He said he was a boy in 2013. That's going to be crazy. Those 1,000 guys, Smitty, are going to have a lot of issues if she's a boy.
They're going to be sick.
Smitty, if she's a little boy, that shit is going to go. We got to get him on.
You're going to be throwing up all type of shit.
We got to get him on the show or her on the show or whatever it is now. Made Up Human on the show. Steve, who's winning the Stanley Cup tonight?
Isn't it Tampa Bay in it? The Florida team? Whatever. I mean, I don't know. I'm not watching that.
Hey, Jamie said, you know what, Steve? Let's get the brass tacks. Who's winning the Stanley Cup tonight?
But aren't they ahead, though? The Florida team? The Panthers?
Yeah, they're up 3-2. If they win, it's over.
Hey, hell to America. Where's your flag, Steve? Because I want Florida to hold it. I don't want the 51st state to keep it. We want to get Florida, keep it right here on,
Yeah, but aren't most of those guys still Canadian?
Right, exactly.
I think Edmonton has more American players, though.
Right, JB killed me. That's what I'm saying.
But I still, this place is here, though. It's in Florida, Steve. We got to go for the American. We got to go. We got to go for the. We got to go for the sheriff that said you could just run fuckers over. And then DeSantis. I wish all the governors and the sheriffs were that way. Like we need one bad here because I want to run so many people over, and I would love to do it. And I just can't wait for somebody to try to get in my way. I'll face the consequences later. What is it called, Steve? Plead ignorance later or whatever.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that works here. We're California. So.
Steve, what time you on Whitlock?
I think I'm on at about 8:30ish. I gotta.
Hey, we got one last question for you before you go though.
Yeah.
Basically, Miami's opening matchup versus Notre Dame at Hard Rock. 11 more Saturdays to go, Steve.
Woo!
How confident are you in Miami as we get closer to the season?
I like our team. Wish they had another big body inside defensively. But they're going to have to roll with what they got. This is now the team that we have. I think Beck's going to be pretty good. I think Beck will have a good, solid year. If hopefully we get the 2023 version. And look, this Miami team is not going to fall off the face of the earth. This is not going to be Florida State of last year. They're not going 2-10. But I think it's imperative that they actually make the ACC championship game. Clemson looks to be very good this year. It's probably the best roster they've had in about 5. Or since the last time they made the playoffs in 2020. But, Cristobal's built this program well, but there has to be a continued ascension. They cannot take a step back. But I like this team overall. This is going to be a good football team. I think they'll be much better defensively. They're going to play a little faster, a little simpler. Their new defensive coordinator, Corey Heatherman, hearing a lot of good things about him. And the guys are going to play faster, more decisively. Something last year with Lance Guidry just did not click, and they rebuilt the whole defensive back room. I think that's going to help because they have some guys now that could line up Xavier Lucas, OJ Frederick. They can have 2 cornerbacks now that can hold down each side. I think they're much faster in the safety position. I thought they were a step and a half slow last year. So this is a team that should be expected to make some sort of postseason run.
Let me ask you something, Steve. Hell yeah or hell no. Manny Diaz came out and he said that the ACC is the better league this year than the SEC. Hell yeah or hell no. Knowing both.
I mean, that's still no. Come on.
He's saying that because he's in the league, right?
Right. Well, he's the Duke coach, and I get it. But look, there's 2 big leagues. We know which ones they are. And then the question becomes: is the ACC or the Big 12 actually the third? So that seems to be the question there. But it'll be interesting. I'm hearing some things about Bryce Underwood at Michigan. Speaking of the Big 10, is he going to start day 1? You pay a kid that much, you're not paying him the red shirt, and he may not be ready to play. So
I know Zach did something on Michigan landing a big time 5-star player too recently. So hey, Shamar Moore's getting him going. We'll see. I don't know.
We shall see.
Yeah, we'll see if he gets it done. I don't know. But anyway, Steve, we'll see you Thursday. Stay safe. Don't get caught in the peaceful protest.
No, I won't.
We'll see you, Steve.
Talk to you later.
We'll see you. Don't fall into that trap. All right.
What trap?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
I'm all bloated now. I'm all bloated, man. I drink a lot of coffee.
Why would you chug a coffee? You're drinking coffee, you're drinking 5-hour energy, and you're smoking cigars. That's stupid. And you eat bad, too, in the weekend. I didn't call you stupid. I said that was stupid.
I don't care if you did. I don't care about words. Like
yes, you do, homie.
No,
it's still a respect thing. I ain't gonna just disrespect you.
Terms and words are different.
Break it down right now.
Term is like a couple things in a sentence that you say, like, you're a bitch.
Okay.
Like, that's different than, like, JB, that's stupid.
Okay.
JB, that to me is different. So words, the key, what do we call that? Buzzword.
But there's some people though, like, if I said what I just said, that was stupid, they would immediately respond and say, "Don't call me stupid." Like, what? I literally didn't call you stupid. I just care about your health, and I just know drinking 5-hour energy every single day, drinking coffee on top of that, and cigar. That's like the triple entendre for bad heart. Like smoking cigar. I got blood pressure issues. They said don't smoke. That's what you're doing. You're doing 5. You're doing energy drink and coffee. Your shit is going crazy right now, homie. But you're still here.
Hold on, though. I want to Bailey put this in real quick for Smitty. Put this in real quick for Smitty.
Put it in for you.
This has been researched. It's been broken down. It's actually a science.
Okay.
And somebody that you respect that comes on this show has to differ with you.
I don't respect too many people who come on the show, so I'm very curious who this is.
That's disrespectful. Contrary to belief. Yeah. It's disrespectful not to respect many people on this show because they come in on our show to talk to us.
Many men wish death upon me. I want to see it, homie. That was a hell of a cliffhanger. You built it up. The whole chat's nervous. We're all like waiting for it, and we ain't got it.
She said,
"Where's she at?" Coffee is anti-aging, and the data supporting it is beautiful. I counter that, Jesse Morris. I'm sorry. I've been a top tier athlete my whole life.
You're gonna counter a doctor. You're gonna
now listen. If it's straight black coffee, and I'm assuming that's what he's talking about, no added additives, no sugar, no cream, nothing other straight black coffee, there are benefits to that. We all know that we've been known that, and I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. But the way you're drinking your coffee is not black, homie. I've seen you at your sugars. I've been over your house before. We did the show live there in person. Don't lie to me. Do not lie to me.
Sugar. I never added sugar.
But you add cream, which has sugar in it, homie. That's a fact, homie.
That's fine. That's
Sweetener.
fine.
Okay, thank you.
I also add cinnamon and honey.
Okay, but if you put shit in the cup and then add some other good stuff, it's still shit.
I add honey and cinnamon to straight black coffee. That's now my replacement for sweetener.
When you start doing that? And don't lie.
A couple months.
All right. Well, I can't tell you your line because I haven't been over there in a while.
Well, and it's good for your stomach. It's good for your digestive system. Cinnamon and honey. Look it up. So honey and cinnamon is good for your digestive tract. So you mix that with black coffee and you get kind of like a substitute for
the sugar and stuff. Yeah.
Your cream.
Yeah.
Your cream.
My biggest hater is back at it again. He definitely just put coffee in the tweet. LOL. So that's what he meant. Chris, if you was a dude, we box. But you're not. So
why she come?
We're gonna box verbally.
Why she say you though? Why she say your name no?
Right.
Boys in the hood.
Shout out to Eddie though. I got respect for Big Smitty. Stand up, dude. Respect.
He said it. He said it 16 times.
I know, but I got to shout it out. I appreciate that. It means a lot for you to say that, Eddie.
And I put whiskey in my coffee.
There you go. So I guess we probably do one last break, and then we'll come back, do a hockey breakdown, and then we'll go straight to our big time guest with Cisco.
What's wrong with that though?
What, whiskey in your coffee? Listen, JB. Listen, I plan on doing this show at least for one more full season at bare minimum, right? We need one more full. And with your health, I don't know if you're gonna make it through the rest of the season because the way you're smoking and drinking and adding stuff to your drink. So I'm actually coming to you as a friend and somebody who cares for you, because most people in your life, they don't care about you. They care about what you do for them. Like you entertain them, you make them laugh, you spend money on them, you give them food. I don't need none of that shit from you. I'm talking to you man to man, person to person, because I care about human beings. What you're doing in your lifestyle is not healthy. You lost weight, which is great. So that's number one. But now we got to continue to improve upon that.
My cholesterol is the best in the nation.
No, it's not.
Blood is the best in the nation.
It's not.
My triglycerides, best in the nation.
If you can't spell it, don't say it.
Triglycerides. How many TRYGLOCRT?
No, it's TRI. You fucked up already. It's TRI.
So that's the thing, Smitty. I have the best in the nation.
Okay, Trump.
What?
It's the best. It's number one. It's no like it. My blood is the best blood. It's the best blood. I got my physical the other day. They said it was top tier. Blood pressure was perfect. It was perfect. It was billions and millions and trillions of dollars went into my health. Perfect.
D. Jones, I just got my blood work done last week. My yearly, homie. My yearly. Smitty.
Have you got the cancer test yet?
Yeah, I got all that blood work. Prostate.
No, the prostate shit. Like was it cool? Like what the experience like?
You can test prostate with blood. You don't need to do that.
You can't.
Yes.
Really? So you ain't got to go in there no more?
Oh,
bad. Okay, I grew up in the right here.
Now you can still get a colonoscopy. That's for colon. You want to check your colonoscopy. You get a colonoscopy if you really haven't like.
I mean, they say all men should get that though, especially at your age.
40. Yeah, you got it in about 9 years. You're gonna do it.
That's what I'm trying to get education. Like
you want to borrow the bar stool?
I'm gonna get a female doctor to do mine though. At least I still don't like it, but at least it's a female though. I don't want no grown ass man with his fingers in my ass.
Tonight, if you guys want a good political show, come on over to the Political Playbook, my show right here, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll have the Cartier brothers on. Yeah, big get. They'll be on the show. All the whole family, they'll come on. They're obviously getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day on their takes, and they'll come on the show tonight. So we have them on to start the show right out the gate at 6 p.m. Pacific. So join that show, the Political Playbook, every single night, 6 p.m. Pacific. So head on over here tonight if you want a real deal straight. Last night I went in on Trump, Smitty.
What?
Yeah, go listen to the show, homie.
Oh, I'm locked in. I don't believe that shit. I'm about to go watch it as soon as the show ends. Oh shit. You went in or you went in?
No, I mean, I'll keep
all
it real.
right, no, don't tell me. Don't ruin it. I'm gonna go watch it.
I keep it real.
That's a shocker.
Because there's a division going on in this country that we don't really understand. And I don't grasp the concept of dividing the country, because I went in on him because he went in on Tucker Carlson for telling Trump, hey, we helped you get in office and we voted to not go to war. We don't want to go to war. I don't want no boots in that sandbox. I don't want no more babies dying over there. And part of your ploy in the campaign run was, I'm going to end Ukraine, Russia. I'm not going to go to the Middle East, blah, 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 blah. So listen, he could also be a great chess player, which I believe he is. But again, you've seen some real right-wing conservative folks out here really don't know where they are right now, and that's dividing the shit out of us. And I'm going to be honest, even more than we already were. So, like, it's going to be interesting to see. Like, you're really seeing, though, because I'm curious if it's a chess play by Trump to see if he's finding out. Because, Smitty, you and I will do this to each other, too. Keep it real. When you do something like that to see who's really with you, I used to do it as a head coach all the time. Be real. I would do it all the time. Are you really with me? I got this. You voted for me. I got this. Now, that's the end game. If that's the end game, though. If it's not, now we got a problem, right? Now we're going to be like, hold on, we didn't vote for this. Or the right that voted didn't vote for this.
I just sit around and watch how everything plays.
What's the two brothers, the twins, super conservative? They used to be Democrats, and then they moved over to they follow me too. The two brothers, swole kind of brothers. They give away trucks and shit. They're big now. They're huge.
Is it D. Ray Dudley and Bubba Ray Dudley, the Dudley brothers?
No, Hodge twins. The Hodge twins. They're even like against them. So like, there's some problems going on.
I've seen a lot of people on that side who's against that because they're seeing things that he's doing that they didn't think he was going to do. But that's just listen. That's just life. And
but again, that's my point, though. See, you got
fine. Any president, you're going to do that. Like, you know,
yeah.
Like, I didn't vote for that. So
but it used to be that way, though. It used to be able to have a conversation. Nowadays, it's like we've created the MAGA, the Americans, the Trumpers. And then you got the far left and the liberal. Like, there's so many different parties now, in my opinion. There's no more two parties, homie. Can't tell me there's two parties.
You think MAGA and Trumpers aren't the same?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I think the MAGA right is a whole nother genre.
KKK, that type.
Nah, I don't know if it's that. I know MAGA folks that aren't racist, but I also know they're like super, like, no matter what Trump does, they'll never go against them. That's why Elon got shitted on. That's why Tucker Carlson's getting shitted on right now. That's how powerful Trump is. Like, has far popularity wise.
Influence is huge. I know. That's why everything. That's why when you have that type of influence, everything matters. So I agree with you.
He's like different. Now, if he can get us out of it, not us, because I hate that we're involved in this. Like, we should not be involved in this. I've had brother over there. I've had two brothers over there. My dad obviously was in the Korean War. I've seen the people that come out of this. And then they're like questioning, like, what are we doing? It's the same propaganda. We're replacing Iraq now with Iran, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying. And that's why I said on my show last night, and that's what I'll say tonight. We'll have the Cartier twins on, our brothers on, I'm sorry. And then and we'll ask them what they think's going on.
There are times, I'm not saying this is for this current situation, but there are times though where, like, let's say one of our allies is at war with somebody else. Like, if we don't help and step in those situations, now when we're in the situation, we're not gonna have that help either, though. So it's one of those things where, like, I hear what you're saying, like, why are we in everybody's business? Sometimes you kind of got to be in their business because either one, it's your ally, or two, you look at the bigger macro picture and you're like, what they're doing to this country or whatever. If they succeed, they're gonna try to do this to us next, or whatever. Like, it's a bigger. That's why I said yesterday, I think that sometimes I think there's certain things that maybe it's bigger than what even you or I can even fathom to think. I think there's cases and times in which it probably does make sense that we gotta step out and help. But sometimes, to your point, we're just doing it for some other reason that, again, propaganda, where maybe we're trying to do it for our own,
Yeah, I do agree with you. I agree with the president, though. Iran cannot have nukes. And that's one thing I do stand with. And I think we all should stand with that. Here's the other issue I have. Who helps us? See, that's the thing. We who helps us? Smitty, let's do it quick with Cisco and then take a break before our guests.
There we go.
If you got to go, we can go right now too. Either way.
Let's go. He already here.
Let's bring our main man in, man. The homie, our main man, the head coach of the Southgate High School football team. My main man, Cisco.
Cisco.
What's up, man?
Orale.
This guy. See, we're gonna start with the gang banging shit.
You so racist, man. Hola, como está, mi amigo? JB,
you're gonna come on the political show every night at 6. You're gonna come on the co-host with the political show and go straight at all the Biden fans. You cool with that? You down?
All the Biden fans? I don't like either fans. I don't like people get too crazy with the fan stuff, man.
They do.
I don't like people that they voted for Biden, so everything Biden said, I agree with. And then Trump fans, everything Trump says, I agree with.
That's why I'm independent.
What kind of citizen are you, man?
That's why I'm an independent thinker, Cisco.
We don't have enough. Cisco. I love you, Cisco. For saying
we don't have enough independent thinkers no more.
We don't, man.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I'm telling you, I'm not patting myself on the back, but I don't think I'm getting enough credit here. That's why I don't vote. You keep talking that shit, Smitty. I don't vote for this very reason, dog.
I still think that's wrong, though, because at the end of the day, you may not love who the candidates are in certain positions, but people fought hard to, at least from my side, to be able to even to have the ability to vote. Number one, number two, you still got to vote for what you think is best. Just like you endorsed Trump, you didn't vote for him, but you endorsed Trump, not because you love him, but you thought he was the best option. So you vote because you vote for who the best options are, not just for president, but a lot of your local situations too, governor, mayor, all that type of stuff too. It's not just voting for president when you vote, by the way.
Nobody votes for the best option, Smitty. People vote for what benefits them the most.
Right, but I'm saying that's their best option for them.
We're a selfish society, bro. We're a selfish society. Somebody could be for the greater good of society or the greater good of people, and we won't vote for them because that doesn't benefit me. I need the guy that's gonna do things that I want to do, that's gonna make me more money. Man, all this stuff is about money, bro. You think the illegal immigrants have the money to freaking have enough money to to organize and cause all these disturbances? Follow the money, homie. Who benefits from this? It certainly ain't illegal immigrants. Who benefits from all this disaster? Find out who benefits from it, and you'll know who supports this stuff.
Hey, Cisco, Nancy Pelosi makes $250,000 a year. She's worth $265 million. Come on.
The Walmart lady was supporting all this stuff.
Yeah, who owns the Denver Broncos, by the way. Here's the thing, Cisco. My brother's in the Air Force still, obviously a fighter pilot for a long time. Now he's in pharmaceutical side as he's put the keys down, so to speak, to the Jets. But he's like, what have we gained from the Middle East? What have we gained from that desert? What have we gained from that sandbox? Nothing. We're doing the same shit over and over. And he's a hardcore conservative right-wing dude in the Air Force, and he is against it as well. He's like, we didn't vote for him to go to war. We voted for him not to go to war. And the thing is, he's like, this is just another ploy on all these guys. He's like, but he did bring up something. He goes, the problem is people don't really realize this Iran that we have now that people are saying are breaking the Iron Dome and all this shit that's going on in this war. I'll talk about more tonight, but we gave them those weapons. Obama in particular funded Iran with these weapons. Fact. And I'm like, well, shit. He's like, yeah, but nobody wants to talk about that. We're just going to talk about the fact that now we're possibly defending Israel versus that, which we funded. And we funded both of these countries right now, by the way. In the army,
bro. We
fund everybody. That's what I'm saying, because we want something in return, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we give guns to cartels in Mexico in exchange for drugs. So, I mean, we fund everybody. It ain't like, Russia ain't out there funding them. I don't know. They might spread out their little freaking that's what when people start talking about, oh, we got to worry about Russia. Man, we'll whoop Russia's ass, bro. Come on, man. How long will that last? That'll last like what, 2 days? Straight up. You think there's nobody stronger than American military? Nobody. We have bases all over the world. People are mad because we surround countries. This country surrounds everybody. You're surrounded, homie.
Like my brother said, homie, we could fight every one of these countries right here from U.S. and not have to leave.
Exactly.
And no one else can say that. Like it is what it is. People want to talk about all this shit, and there's a reason. There's a reason why we will never be invaded either. Not only because of our landscape and treacherous mountain landscape on the West Coast and the East Coast.
See, if you get a Mexican on the show, you bring up landscape. See, man, you can't stop, bro. What the hell, man?
Cisco is a comedian, by the way, as well. So you know Cisco's a comedian. Natural environment is a comedian. So it is what it is. But Cisco, I got to get your take. So what's happening in L.A. and all these sanctuary cities? Seattle, Chicago, everywhere. And you know, we all have homies that we know, and I've reached out to a lot. I'm curious to get your take on what's happening where you see it. I see a lot of white liberal folks out here who are paid with masks on that we don't know who they look like. And I'm like, why is that why are you hiding your face if you're really down for the raza?
Yeah. It's not even about the raza. It's because look, I'm gonna tell you something, man. That's the thing that bothers me the most is that, you know, people think, oh, you're Latino, so you're pro illegal immigration. That's bullshit. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. You know, and I mentioned it yesterday when I put it in the chat. You know who hates illegal immigrants the most? People who just recently immigrated, because they're like, damn, I did the shit the right way, and this motherfucker right here comes through, and not, you know, But that's, if you look at the history of America, anytime we want to get into a war, we start all this shit. It's the immigrants that are causing this. It's this. America has a history. Go back and read history, man. Everything in history, you got to point to a problem. Oh, they want weapons. Oh, the Vietnam War. Oh, because they attacked the U-boat. Oh, and then years later you find out, oh, they made that shit up just to get us into the war. So we won't know really what's going on until like 50 years from now, when probably I'll be gone, but people will write a book about it. Oh, the real reason why we went to war was because and we'll never find out. Not during our lifetime. Young people will. Kids that are 10 years old now, they'll be like, damn, I remember living that shit. I remember people destroying the city. And it's messed up, man, because like you said, and you mentioned it, JB, people losing their businesses. And, you know, I'm like, dude, if ICE is looking for people, then shit, look at all those people marching. Why don't you just go sweep them up? Why are we ignoring that? Why are we going in the neighborhoods and taking, you know, some dude in a like a shitty job that nobody wants to? I don't want to fucking wash cars in 90-degree weather. I don't want to do that.
Where you at with Trump coming out now and kind of reneging or backpedaling on the farmer?
That's what I'm saying, bro. So are you really anti-immigrant? Wait. No, wait. We need them. I need my strawberries and my blueberries all of a sudden.
Is that what it is? Or is it like, is he trying to get back the fan base? Like, because we've seen presidents do it all the time. Biden went right and then left and then back, and now Trump's doing it.
Well, JB, look at the election. What was the percentage of Latino vote that went up?
55 or something.
It was ridiculous. It went from like 10% to like 60 or some shit like that.
Young black vote too, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because people are sick of, you know, we're always good. It's like in the NFL. It's like in the NFL when you have a head coach and you hired an offensive head coach and he sucks. What do? The next hire is a defensive head coach. And then he sucks, and then you hire an offensive head coach. We always switch sides.
And I wanted to bring you on because Smitty was like, "Oh, I love to talk to Cisco about this," because you know both you guys are more closer to the action than I am now, and I'm glad for that. Not glad that you're in the mix, but I'm like, I'm happy as fuck being away from that area. But the boat's down there, obviously, so I got to go through there, and I'm always there, and I'm like, all right, what's going on here?
Ain't nothing going on in Long Beach, bro.
Not in the water. Not in the water.
Ain't nothing on.
I was just on 2nd Street on Sunday. Ain't nothing going on.
Ain't nothing going on most of LA. I'm driving around where I'm at.
Thanks for coming down. Thanks for coming out, Cisco. But anyway, let me ask you. this whole thing, is it a ploy to, because this is what I've seen, and Smitty, I don't get your take.
On my take.
We took prayer out of high school football.
Yeah.
We took prayer and the national anthem or Pledge of Allegiance out of high school football and athletics. And then we fired coaches for praying in high school. And then we took Jesus out of our high schools, our schools, our elementary schools. Once we took God out, in my opinion, whether you believe it or not, believe him or in it or not, the world has gone straight into the shitter. And I don't know if that's fact or not, but I'm just telling you, it seems like that since we were young, when it was Jesus Christ and God and blah, blah, blah. Now it seems like it's gay pride this, and it's LGBTQ, and it's immigrants. It's always something else.
You want to know why, JB? I was thinking about this yesterday. Oh, I think it was yesterday during football practice. And I was like, and people, this is not an original thought. People have said this before, but like our parents, you remember like our parents, man, those are dudes that came back from big wars, and we ain't had a big war in a long time. So men came back, young boys that had to become men. And so the thinking was different. The respect was different. The man, being a man was different. And none of us have gone through any of that. I know some people went to like Desert Storm, but come on, man, I don't consider that like a great war. That was over like in a day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about like imagine our grandparents or, my grandfather moved here, legally. They came legally. My grandfather, he did all his stuff. Both my grandparents, both sides. But they worked in the fields and stuff like that. They came through the Bracero program, which they had back in the day, and you earned your citizenship or whatever. My dad was born here, born in San Diego. But I'm saying, like you guys' answer, a lot of people's ancestors, because there was a lot of Latinos who fought in World War II. A lot of Mexican Americans fought in World War II. You just don't hear about it. But you go to a VFW or an American Legion, and they sit there and be like, they never fucking recognize it. They just sitting there pissed off and shit. Old Hispanic men, bro. But I'm saying, like, those men, those people came back from those wars and just a different person, man. And this country became stronger, and the women who stayed behind did men's jobs and held up their end during those troublesome times. And it was just a different time, and we haven't had that thing, except for like somebody mentioned 9/11, where it brought the country together and everybody was, hey, what you need, and we haven't had that. And it's sad that we got to go through shit like that where people are getting killed in order for us to say, hey man, look out for your neighbor, check in on your neighbor and be like, hey man, you're good, or your friends or family. Like, we got to go through tragedy. When shit gets too good, we forget about what it took to get it good.
Yeah, the Desert Storm thing.
It's real.
Like, we've never left Iraq, and it's a problem. We're still there. My brother and his friends are still there, and he's like, man, we went over there. The shit lasted less than a year. I mean, the shit was over. We bombed Baghdad, and it in like a night. It was over in the middle of the night. Everyone's like, oh shit, the war's over. That's how ridiculous we are as if we really want to be. We went in there. My brother was like, dude, they didn't even know. They were fucking shooting slingshots at us from like the 70s.
And I'm not advocating war. I don't me either. War. But what's that saying? Like, what's that saying? Hard times create tough men or something like that. Tough men create good times. I forgot the saying, but I don't want to mess it up. But I think we've had a lot of good times, and we've created weak men. The good times create weak men, and we've had good time for a long time.
So what's the solution there?
We just got to go through shit. I mean, these that's not going to toughen up these younger generations, other than going through some shit that our ancestors, our grandparents went through.
I just hate the Desert Storm shit. Like, I get other things, but like, we've fought this war to a meaningless end our entire lives. Let's go 50 years. We have never seen anything other than fattening the pockets of bureaucrats and politicians. We have never benefited from a damn thing. We got more homeless, more veteran homeless. We got more taxes, higher tax. Everything's gone up. We haven't benefited from shit. Are we getting Saudi money?
That's what I'm saying, JB. So why are we blaming a guy who's selling roses on the corner for our freaking downfall? The country's down. This guy, that guy.
I don't know if we are blaming that. I just think I know what you're saying. Yeah,
roses on the corner are not freaking. They're not.
Yeah. How do you know? Let me ask you.
They're not collecting benefits. You think that guy's collecting benefits? He wouldn't be there selling roses on the corner in freaking 100 degrees weather.
Let me ask you this though. To your point though, like to the legal immigrant that's came over here and gone through the process. How do you know who's who now though?
Well, that's the thing. Every time they put somebody on camera, it's a brown face, bro. But people across this country who don't look, there's a lot of people. I'm sure, like Smitty, you grew up in Indianapolis, and I know there's Mexicans in Indianapolis.
Hell yeah, it is.
Fort Wayne and Indianapolis, right? Those two cities.
I grew up with Mexican homies. Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, okay, but outside of that, nobody has any. All they know about Mexicans is what they see on TV.
Right.
So when the news and the media keep saying they're criminals and they do this and they do that, the people who don't know us, who don't know people like myself or other people, they say, yeah, man, we got to get them the hell out of here. All of them. They don't discriminate illegal. They group us all as one, or criminal, non-criminal. They don't discriminate. You know, if in Mexico, and you know, there's a lot of white people in Mexico. I don't know if you guys know that. They run the country. It's white folks, bro. And that's all over the world. Yeah, you follow the money, you know. But I'm saying, if you live in a country where you had no connection with white people, and every time they put a white person up, they show a KKK guy, what would people think? They'd be like, yeah, I don't trust those people.
Right.
You know, they're freaking violent. You know, they're violent. They'll kill you. They'll shoot you for no reason.
Propaganda.
You know,
Let me ask you though, going back to your, like, the legal immigrant take though, like, we become numb as Americans, though. Like, America has become numb for allowing all walks of life in.
No, that's bullshit. I'm with you, JB, about them opening the fucking border and letting all those criminals in. I'm with you on that one. Like those gangs and not just the gangs, but we don't know who the fuck came in. That's the thing. The shitty part is we keep showing Latinos on TV, but what about those other fuckers that we're crossing?
But that's what I don't think is being portrayed correctly by the media, which we know.
They always say, you know, they always show the cartels.
Because Trump, if we're going to say Trump, he's a president, he's also deporting Chinese national illegals, Hamas's, all these different type of people. So we're deporting everyone that's illegal that over the 4 years and just Biden's 20 million people let in this country. We don't know who's in here. We got you know, cells walking around that we don't know who's who. I think we're on dangerous ground.
And they're all different colors.
As Americans, yeah.
They're black.
That's what I'm saying. They're
they're light brown. They're dark brown.
That's why I'm just saying illegals. Like, I'm not saying it's Mexican. Like, I think that's getting skewed by the media.
They are. But I'm saying, but every time, but the thing is, every time they say illegal, what do they show on TV? Maybe they show a Mexican guy getting arrested.
Why? Because we're in LA and it's the most.
No, I'm talking about across the country.
No. But I'm saying we're seeing in LA because we're here and it's the most diverse state in the whole union.
And then poor Puerto Ricans get grouped with us, and they're legal. They don't.
Yeah, they're legal. The United States own. Let me ask you this: you and I are from here. We've been here through these things I'm about to mention, and I want to give Smitty some.
LA's a racist city, by the way.
History.
We're all divided. Black people live where black people live. Hispanic people live.
Yep,
we don't even live amongst each other, man.
But that's all. And if you go back in history, that's all created by the real estate world and the market. That's why the Nickerson Gardens is where it is. That's why cats were moved out of Nickerson's and moved out to what is it called? Palmdale, Lancaster, yeah. Lancaster. That's why cats lived from Compton to Moreno Valley back in the early 90s. It's all ran by real estate, though, and I think that's how the country operates. That's how.
You know what's messed up is, like, I'm telling you, people watch TV and they get these ideas about. I had a friend. Let me tell you something. This is all messed up. My friend I grew up with, he was in the army. He was in the military. He's an army. He's a combat medic. He was a combat medic, bro. He messed up his back got messed up trying to save somebody from. He said they were on a caravan in Afghanistan. Freaking an IED went off. Boom, blew up. The tank flipped over. There was a guy there whose arm got ripped off, and another guy who, like, I guess the tank rolled over and took his hand off. So he ignored orders to stand down. He ran out there to save the guy with the arm, put a tourniquet on it, and then boom, another IED went off when he was out there. So he's got like a messed up back. He's got a messed up back, bro. But he sacrificed his own life to try to save others and to fight in our foreign wars or whatever. Dude, he moved into a neighborhood. His wife was white. He moved into a neighborhood and a nice neighborhood. I won't say where. And they slashed his tires, put a note, said, "You and your spick-loving girlfriend get the hell out of our neighborhood." And this guy's a veteran of the U.S. military, bro, whose back is messed up. And that's what I'm saying when they keep spreading this stuff on TV. And he's not even freaking Mexican. He's Cuban, bro. He's like far right. He's a far right homie.
But that's just ignorance, though, Cisco. We grew up with that. There's ignorant folks doing that to everybody in every race. Like every single person will whatever you want to call it, stereotype somebody. I mean, that's just ignorance. There's always ignorant people.
And all those people out in the streets and F you to the cops, arrest those guys. Get those guys the hell out of here.
But look at how LA is. Like
police, disrespecting sheriffs. Come on, man. They're doing
look how many people have left California in the last few years, more than any other state, they say. And
they say this year the country, I just saw in the news yesterday that this is going to be the first year where we're negatives in immigration.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, though. We're still Smitty, has traffic died down? Come on, man. We're so overpopulated, dog. Like, let's be honest.
Let's look at it. Hey, between burning down Palisades, burning down Altadena, and now these riots, who's going to benefit from all this stuff? Somebody's benefiting from this stuff.
They want to make it a smart city, I believe. I think I told Smitty what I heard from somebody that's kind of big on this thing. Like, they want to turn this bitch into Vegas on the water. I don't think it's that far-fetched. I think
I agree with you.
Tourist attraction.
You got to follow the money.
I think it's a tourist attraction. But that's the Newsom and the Karen Basses of the world, the puppets in this thing.
All of them, JB. They just do it in different forms, man. They do it from a different angle. They all do it.
Exactly. But Newsom would arrest a single mother for letting their kids play on the beach, but is mad at Trump for bringing the National Guard in to stop businesses from getting looted. Come on, man. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. Let me do a history lesson real quick to come on here and give Smitty.
Smitty's like, I should have stayed in Indianapolis. Look at Smitty.
I'm chilling. No, I'm just listening. I'm good.
The times we're in right now, and we'll get back to sports as we got a guest coming on after you.
I don't like sports no more.
The times that we're in right now, Cisco, as you and I grew up here, I want to ask you, does it remind you of all this shit at one time? And I'm just saying in a matter of a few years. Let's just use COVID 2020.
I never lived through no shit like this, man. Never.
Well, let me bring something back to you. Like, so let's just use COVID till now. So Kobe passes away and that crazy shit. We got the COVID hits. We have all the things in chronological order wise. You go through what's happening right now, the presidential campaigns that have changed, the migration, the LGBTQ shit, the pride, the boys playing girls, all this shit we stack up. It's a lot of shit at us, right? The division in the country, all the shit we got going on. Doesn't it remind you? And I'm just gonna jar your memory a little bit of Desert Storm you just mentioned. 1991, Rodney King riots here in LA, 92, O.J. Simpson murder, and that whole thing in LA, 94.
Damn.
The trial, 95, that even
Magic Johnson, HIV.
Magic Johnson, all that shit that happened right in that same time, it's the same thing that we're facing right now, just in different terms.
Nah, but it's worse now, Jay. We didn't have this, like, I remember the riots were bad, but the riots were like one little area. You're talking about rioting across the country, man.
But is it worse, or do we have these to see it? We didn't have these.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We didn't have
I think it's the same. I don't think we had the we can't see it. Europe's on fire right now. No one's talking about it. Paris is on fire. Paris is on fire. Immigrants over there. The same thing. If you really follow the money. They got a bunch of like if you look at what they so did you see what they went in there? They had a huge like what was it we fuck around Smitty and fuck around with what's Haitian. They had a huge Haitian population go in there, and then a huge Asian population go in there, and there's a huge influx. And look what's happening in Paris right now, Italy, and all these other places. This ain't just happening here, but we don't see it. We're not talking about it.
It's not, because I spoke to a homie of mine that lives in Mexico City.
Dr. Mendoza just left Italy. Ask him. He said that fucking place is crazy right now.
I have a friend that lives in Mexico City. I have a lot of friends in Mexico City, and one of them was, we were texting back and forth, and he said, dude, that they got all these encampments everywhere with Venezuelans and Hondurans, and all. You know what? Guess where they're trying to go? They're trying to get into this country,
of course.
So Mexico don't want them either. They're trying to get them back, but they're stuck there. There's a lot of people. So I don't know if you know, in Tijuana, there's a lot of Haitians now, because before Trump got in the first time, they got stuck there. Yeah. So you go down to TJ, you've been to TJ, you probably haven't been there in years, JB, but if you go now, there's certain areas, man, you see all black people, and you're like, what the hell, where'd this come from? They're all Haitian, but they've already assimilated. They have their own rrestaurants. You could go have Haitian food. Like they got all kind. They got their own little thing. Their own stores. You know what I'm saying? They kind of like coming up there. They've built their own little. You could say they have a little Haiti there.
Yeah. I agree. Cisco, man, we got a guest here. We wanted to get you on. I wanted you and Smitty to talk. Appreciate you hopping on here.
Thanks, Cisco.
You're out of school right now?
Yeah, man. Yeah, just practicing. I practice afternoons because half of my staff has 9 to 5, so I gotta wait till they get out of work till we practice. Yeah. Otherwise, we'd be practicing in the morning.
When's that season start for you guys? Late August or what?
Season starts, official football season. Like, we're getting pads the end of July 26th, 28th, something like that. And then it's 2 weeks, and then you have a scrimmage, and then you have your season. So we got working with the young ones, everybody right now.
No doubt. All right, bet. Well, we'll get you back on, man. Appreciate it. We'll talk some football.
Smitty, you got to come down, teach some D-line stuff, man.
Let's make it happen.
Come down, we'll film it and everything. You could air it on JB. We'll see how good Smitty is at coaching, because everybody thinks they can coach until they get out there, JB.
I know coach is another animal, so I'm not going to say
Smitty,
I know D-line, though.
Smitty's smart. Smitty's smart.
I know Smitty's smart. He's smart. Yeah, he's smart. Listen to the people in the chat, man. You're a very smart guy.
Trust me, I'm used to the chat.
I'm impressed with Smitty on the board, though. He was actually good on the board when we were in the studio. When you came to the studio with us, remember when you came with all the illegals?
Who?
All the illegals.
Stop, homie.
Hey, we'll see you later on.
Cisco.
Hey. All right, man. Peace. Guys.
Man, can't thank our next guest enough. Man, watching him call games in baseball as a little bit of a younger person. Played 9 seasons in the major leagues, Major League Baseball, 85 Boston Red Sox. The proud Tacoma, Washington, and Eugene, Oregon native, our main man, Steve Lyons, joins us to talk some Major League Baseball. Steve, how you doing, brother?
Not too bad. How are you guys?
Good, amazing. Man. I appreciate you hopping on here, man. You're looking great, man. I appreciate you. Miss seeing you on TV, man.
I miss seeing me on TV.
No shit, huh?
I don't know. I had too much fun for everybody, I guess. They don't like that shit.
They don't, man. They don't like. We can't be us. You can't do you.
It's kind of funny. They hire you to be an analyst, and then when you analyze what's going on, they don't like it so much.
It's a shame.
No doubt. What I gotta ask you right out the gate, man. I know you're still involved in somewhat watching it and being a former player. We've had Brett Boone and a bunch of different guys on, and now he's back. He gets a hitting job. He gets a hitting coach job with Texas right after he comes on our show. And shout out to him. But he was talking Yankees Dodgers early on, right when the season started. We had him on, and we talked to Ohtani. Obviously, 21 months removed from the mound. He goes and takes it last night against the Padres here, the hated ones for the Dodger fans here in LA. What was your takeaway from it? If you watched it at all or heard enough or saw it since, pitched an inning. I think he had 2 hits against them and a run. Is that expected for a guy that's missed 21 months?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you're obviously going to be a little rusty. I think he threw close to 30 pitches in that inning, gave up a couple hits. And, what he was hooking the ball a little bit, he was glove side. And that usually comes from overthrowing. But as you said, first time he's been out there in a long time. He's still uncorked a couple pitches more than 100 miles an hour. And everybody loves velo these days. But velo doesn't do you any good unless you throw it over the plate or get someone to swing at it. So, he'll hone in. They give him 1 inning. They'll probably give him 2 innings the next time. They'll work his way into it. But he already threw the second hardest pitch of any Dodger pitcher all season long, and it was his first time out there.
Crazy. 100 miles an hour. The dude's an anomaly. He's a unicorn. If he was just a pitcher, is he a Cy Young candidate every year?
Yeah, I mean, he's winning 15, 16 games on a crappy team down there in Anaheim, and if he's a starting pitcher for the Dodgers, where they score 7, 8 runs a night, shoot, he's going to win a ton of games. So when he gets right, and I figure he'll probably make, 12 starts, 15 starts maybe this year, maybe not quite 15, but it's going to be exciting to watch, and he'll get an opportunity to go out there and stretch out a little bit and get himself into contention to get some wins.
Nah, no doubt about that. Let me ask you this. We know this Dodgers team, coming into the season just loaded, right? As far as on paper, it looked like they were, kind of set to be able to repeat. And they're still playing well, even with all these injuries. Do you feel like the Dodgers are still the favorites to win it all again this year? If not, who are you looking at?
Yeah, I think, the way they spend money and the way they go out and reload is like the Yankees of old. Of course, the Yankees will be there again as well. But, they have battled through some injuries. You look at them winning last year, half of their starting staff was gone. So pretty good filling in. I know Doc gets a lot of criticism for some of the way he manages games. And I always like to say a lot of the moves that are being made aren't the moves that he'd like to be made. But the guys from upstairs call down and tell him what to do a lot. But they did extend him and give him a ton of money, and he won a championship. The guy has been an outstanding manager for the Dodgers. I'm actually going to the game tonight. I don't go to that many, but the Dodgers will be right back there again because they spend enough money to outspend anybody else.
Let me ask you something. Your first action was a pinch runner. You get on and you're known for stealing bases. The new rules making this base a little bit bigger. What advantages do you see with these new rules? Not only with the base increased size, but the pitch clock, and all the things that have happened. You in favor or no?
Don't get me started on this BS.
Uh-oh.
I haven't been in favor of any of it going back to replay. What do we need replay for? They told us that replay was only going to come into play on a ball that was fair or foul on a home run ball. That was the only thing they were going to use it for. And I was working as an analyst at Fox at that point. Like BS. As soon as you open that can of worms, they're going to use it for everything. And now they do. And it's stupid. You can't take a guy out at second base anymore. You can't take a guy out at home plate anymore. The base is this much bigger because you got some computer geek down in his living room that has to figure out, that's the problem is with the game today is there's too many computer geeks running the game and not baseball players.
Analytics.
Running the game.
Coaching in the NFL, we talk about all the time. These nerdy cats on the sideline, roaming the sideline, wonder why the players don't listen to their ass. It's crazy.
They have guys on major league benches wearing uniforms now, and they're called the quality control coach. What the hell is that? What are we doing? Making widgets? I mean, what? Worry about if there's a little nick in the paint or something? What are we doing? Got guys that never wore a uniform in their life sitting down there with a computer. The game has changed a lot. I mean, I still love the game. There's no question. But like I said, I was a middle infielder a lot. I played second base. I loved the fact that you were going to come and get me on a double play. You know why? Because I had the ball in my hand, and I'm going to throw it right through your freaking forehead. So you better get down when I'm playing second base. You can come and get me. I got hit a bunch of times because sometimes the timing isn't that right. But ask Mike Scioscia if he doesn't like the fact that you can't run over the catcher anymore. He signed up for that shit. That's what he loved. That.
P. Rose. Fuck. Yeah, don't get me started. Let me ask you something. Big trade. Rafael Devers, top 10 hitter probably in Major League Baseball right now. He $300 million in cap was released with the Red Sox dropping him. We've seen this before though. Mookie Betts getting traded out of there to the Dodgers, MVP style player. Are the Red Sox known for this now? Is this their new niche, or where are we at with this? With what they're doing in Boston, is it addition by subtraction? Was he just a shitbird? They wanted him out. Wasn't a good locker room guy because he hit a home run. They sweep the Yankees and his fucking ass is gone. Is that something you see every day?
Yeah, I think they won 8 out of 10 up to that point. I mean, here's the thing. You know, I'm old school, and I don't think anyone thought I was when I was a broadcaster. They thought I was some crazy dude. But I appreciate the traditions of the game, the way the game is supposed to be played. Rafael Devers he's got a funky swing, but he can hit. I mean, there's no question. He swings kind of like a golf swing more than a baseball swing. He lags behind so far, and then when he whips the bat out in front, the ball just jumps. And he's been a great hitter. But, you know, my prediction was as soon as they gave him the contract that he'd gain a lot of weight and he wouldn't be the player that he was. That kind of came true. You know, I'm still in the opinion that if someone's paying you $360 million or whatever it was, whatever they're paying you, you're still an employee of the team. If they ask you to play first base, you go find a freaking first baseman's glove. If they ask you to DH, that's what you do. Just because you're making more money, that's you're supposed to be the leader on that team. You're supposed to do what the organization asks you to do. That's why he's now wearing a Giants uniform, not because he's not a good player, but because he decided he didn't want to do what they asked him to do. So they said, really? We'll get you out of here. Now, the problem with the Red Sox right now is they're getting rid of everybody. Got rid of Mookie, got rid of Bogarts, got rid of Nathan Eovaldi, got rid of, you look at that 2018 team, everyone's gone. And that was the last time they were any good, really. I mean, I think they made the playoffs in 21. They kind of backed in and got hot a little bit. But this team and the organization has done nothing to make the Red Sox for the last 6 years.
It sounds like you're kind of in agreement with my co-host here, JB, that the player empowerment across not just MLB, but just all of sports is causing like a big problem. Is that fair to say?
Well, I don't know how much a problem it is because they get away with it. Everyone says, today's players are different. You got to treat them differently. And I guess you do. I mean, that's why I could never manage. I'd bench my star player if he didn't hustle. And then I'd get a call from the big club and they'd say, Steve, guess what? You're fired because that guy needs to play every day. Well, when do you teach these guys actually how to play the game the right way and teach them discipline and respect for the game? I'm not old school enough so that, I don't mind the bat flips. I don't mind the celebrations.
Okay.
The game has to evolve. The kids that are playing today do that kind of stuff. And if you don't grow, baseball's kind of dying. Most of the fans are like me. We're old shits that don't, I sound like my father now all the time, but you have to evolve or else people are going to stop watching. And baseball's a tough game to watch if you're not really into the game itself and the way it's played.
Yeah, I think a lot of casual fans, you go to a baseball game, and I know things I've heard in the past, like the game is too slow, or if you don't understand all the rules with it. But I feel like they have, we talked about the rules earlier, they have done certain things with the pitch count and different things like that to try to speed up the game. I know JB talked about going to like a Dodgers game and waiting in the line to get a Dodger dog. And by the time he gets to his seat, it's the seventh inning and he's missed like almost all of the game. Do you feel like the MLB has done too much in terms of trying to, I guess, catch up to the times and speed up the game and make it more exciting?
Well, a true baseball fan doesn't give a shit how long the game is. And baseball's always been a game. Any sport's a game where, guess what? If you feel like you've been sitting there too long, you can go home if you feel like it,
Right.
But, the pitch clock, I think, is the only thing that I actually like with all the rule changes that they've made. To me, the best, and I would have never said this when I was a hitter, when I was playing, I couldn't hit, but when I was playing, I'd have never said this, but the best way to speed up the game, call more strikes. Make the strike zone under the armpit to the bottom of the knee, call more strikes, and that way you keep the game moving because the hitters come to the plate knowing that they have to swing the bat. Keep the hitter in the box, make the pitcher throw. I like the pitch clock because it does speed up the pitcher. What the hell? What does he have to get the ball, walk all the way around the mound, look up into the crowd, rub his nose? He knows what he's going to throw. He knows the next pitch he's throwing. Get up there and throw it.
No, he said rub his nose, JB.
I'm with you. Like we saw the player empowerment thing. I'm old school like you with this player empowerment shit. We paid them more money, expect less. We got load management in the NBA. We're making fucking $300-400 million. We got Juan Soto refuses to take a swing, and the manager can't do shit. To your point, he'll be fired if he goes and pulls him out, but just because what you said. He said, you're in a slump. I'm going to sit you. And he gets up in his panties in a bunch and won't take a swing. And you just, got that money? Like, you kidding me? $700 million, whatever they gave him, and you won't take a fucking swing? like to me, it's a slap in the manager's face. It's a slap in baseball's face. It's same with football and football. Like it's crazy world we're in, Steve. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be really careful of the people that you give the big money to. When we talked about the Dodgers before. The Red Sox lost Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts is a guy that you give the money to. He's going to show up every day and bust his ass and be an example. Ohtani is the guy you give the money to. I was so far off on Ohtani because I thought, man, if I'm his agent, I walk into the GM's office and I say, guess what? I got your best pitcher. And he wants 10 years, 250 million. And then I walk out the door and I come right back in and I say, guess what? I have your best hitter. And he wants 10 years, 250 million. So I figured 10 years, 500 million to get. I was so far off by 200 million. And those guys, the Dodgers, are so smart. They've made that money back already. Japanese media, the Japanese marketing, everything that's gone on. Plus, Ohtani's so smart. He's only taken $2 million, so he didn't hamstring the organization, so they could continue to be good while he's there. But he's another guy. Whether if there's a black eye there with the whole gambling thing, whether that was true or not, or whatever happened, that's kind of been settled. But that's a guy you give money to because he's going to show up every day. He's going to be a great example for your organization. You have to be careful who you're throwing the big money at.
One of the funny moments, I guess you call it, or popular moments of your playing career that always gets brought up. I saw someone in our comments brought it up is when your pants had accidentally fell down when I think you slid to base. Can you just share that story of, I guess, what happened, or just that moment for someone like the younger fans in here who are not aware of that moment or that play in your career?
That wasn't me.
That wasn't you?
That didn't happen. No, it never happened.
Someone in the chat said that your pants fell down during the play.
They didn't fall down. I pulled them down.
Oh man, there you go. I knew he wasn't tripping. Here we go.
I mean, we were playing in Detroit. I needed a date, man. There wasn't much going on, guys. No, what happened is I was trying to beat out a bunt, and I slid headfirst into first base to try to beat the bunt out. And if there was replay, they would have looked at it and called me out. But they called me safe. And that was part of the reason why I sometimes slid headfirst into first base, because I thought if it was a close play, it made it harder on the umpire, and he might call me safe, even though I was out. And I just, they were arguing. Dan Petrie was the pitcher, and he was screaming at the umpire. Cecil Fielder was the first baseman, and they were both yelling at the umpire, I got him out. I beat him there. How can you freaking call him safe? It's so stupid. And I just stood there, and all this dirt's running down the inside of my pants. And let's face it, half the time you slide out. And when you run back to the dugout, you run down the bottom steps, you pull your pants out, the dirt out. Well, I just forgot to stand on first base still.
Hey, Steve, let it hang, brother. Let it hang.
I got a lot of calls that night. Some of them were women.
Hey, imagine social media with phones now. You would have been a viral.
Oh, yeah, it would have been a meme. It would have been everywhere.
You'd be so rich right now off social media phones taking that video of you. Let me ask you something. Give me a take. I got to get your take. Is Wade Boggs a top 10 hitter of all time?
Woo!
Absolutely. Maybe top 3, top 2.
Really?
I mean, who are we looking at? We're looking at Tony Gwynn. We're looking at Wade Boggs.
Pete.
You got this kid Arise now. He's up there hitting. George Brett for a period of time. George Brett almost hit 400 that one year.
Where you put Yaz and like Pete Rose and those type of guys.
Yeah.
And do you consider Barry Bonds as a hitter or just a power guy?
I mean, if we're talking about one guy that I had to bet my life on to go up and get a hit, it would probably be Boggs. The best flat out hitter I ever saw was Bonds. Yastrzemski retired the year before I got to the big leagues, but he was my spring. Here's a stupid thing. In spring training, I had Yaz as my hitting instructor in the morning and Ted Williams as my hitting instructor in the afternoon. What the hell to do? And I was never going to be as good as either one of them. So I just stunk it up for them. But yeah, guys, you could go, there's so many guys on a list.
Ichiro, right? Ichiro probably.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, you forget some of the guys that were fantastic, but when you said hitter, I just thought you meant like a pure hitter.
Yeah, I do. I'm with you on that. That's what I meant. I meant like Wade Boggs, Tony Gwynn, Barry, probably Pete Rose, just hits.
Rod Carew.
That
to handle a bat that could do anything they wanted. we had a series against the Royals one time where Boggs and George Brett put on the great play of hitting in a 3-game series. It was like they were trying to outduel themselves. I think they both went like 9 for 12 during the series, and Boggs would get up and he'd hit a single to left. So Brett would get up and he'd hit a double to left. So Boggs would get up and he'd hit one off the wall, and then Brett would get up and hit a home run. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I'm playing center field. I don't know what I was doing playing, but I was out there playing center field, and I got to watch it all. But it was, you talk about two great hitters in their prime on a weekend where it literally was those two guys playing, and that was it.
Oil Can Boyd. Any funny stories?
Love the guy. Love him. Didn't hang out with him, wasn't making any drug runs or anything like that. I mean, this was a different time. Boston cops kind of hung out in front of his house waiting for him to do something wrong. I thought that was wrong. I'll tell you a great story about Oil Can Boyd. He was pitching, and I'll tell you, Oil Can Boyd took the ball every 5th day. It didn't matter if he was hurting, felt good, didn't care, took it, gamer. And if, to me, the best thing anyone can call you is a gamer. And like I said, we weren't boys, we didn't hang out, but to the office one day when he was pitching, John McNamara was the manager, and he asked him, who's playing center field today? And he said, Tony Armas is playing center field. He goes, no. He goes, I want Steve Lyons playing center field. He goes, Tony hit 43 home runs last night. Last year? What are you talking about? He won Lions. He goes, because I know that motherfucker will run through a wall to catch a ball if I give one up into the gap. He goes, I need the defense. It was one of the greatest compliments that was ever paid to me. Guess who played center field that day? No, it was me. I was going to say Tony Armas, but no, I did. A better joke if Armas played, but no, I.
Right.
That was one of the nicest things that anyone ever said, really, about my career and my ability.
Nah, no doubt. I love hearing the old stories, man. And you played on some great team. I watched that team. The Angels were good then. You guys were playing the Angels out here at the old Anaheim Stadium, and I got to go to a couple games. The Red Sox won that, obviously, but I thought it was great baseball back then. Like you said, the point is Florida Marlins or Miami Marlins, whatever they are now, there's 300 people were in the stands. Smitty and I broke down that a couple weeks ago. 300 people at a Major League Baseball game. I don't even know how do you pay in the roster now? I mean, it's all corporate sponsorships. It's taken over along with analytics, right?
Well, the national TV package, the local TV package.
Yeah.
It's video that pays most of the bills these days. Most teams have all their bills paid and are making a profit before they sell one ticket. But it's embarrassing. And, it was probably a stupid move in the first place. I don't know. When you look at the history of that organization, even when they went out and got players and won and tried to win, and they did win, the fans still didn't come out. They showed up for the World Series, great, and then the next year starts and they don't come. So why wouldn't you sell off your high priced players if no one's going to come and watch them anyway? I might as well make more money. So baseball has to look at that a little more closely as to where they hand out franchises to. How about Portland, Oregon? Maybe I'll make a comeback. Not as a player, but maybe they'll.
Okay, I thought you meant as a player. I said, okay.
5 damn years old. I can barely get out of bed, man.
You look good though. You look good.
I've been up.
Hey, Steve, you're the perfect guy for this. And we do a little segment called Hell Yeah or Hell No. And so you just rip it for us. Hell yeah or hell no. Hell yeah or hell no. Roger Clemens is the most intimidating pitcher ever to take the mound.
Hell yeah.
So here's the names that come to mind: Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson. You'll take Roger.
Well, I would take Randy Johnson only because I hit left-handed and I played in an era when he didn't know where the ball was going. And I have a big nose, but I like where it sits on my face, man. That guy was nasty. I'll tell you what, toughest pitcher I ever faced in my life. The only guy I was afraid of was John Candelaria.
Oh, I love.
Because I hit left-handed, 6'7", and he stepped towards first base and then threw the ball. I swear to God, the ball was coming from their dugout. I couldn't see it. So if you could be intimidated. I faced Nolan Ryan a bunch of times. I think I was like 2 for 20 off of him, and I didn't facing him, but I wasn't afraid. John Candelario, afraid because I didn't know where the ball was coming from. So that makes a big difference. There's very few guys. I think if you ask most major league hitters, hey, Ryan's no day in the park. Roger Clemens, no fun to hit off of. But give me a bat. I'll take my John Candelario. Holy moly, I didn't want to be there. I was one for 8 Candelario, my one hit home run. And I only hit 19 home runs.
All right, Steve. Hell yeah or hell no? Bill Buckner between the legs, the worst play in Major League Baseball history.
Oh, God. I have to say, hell yeah. It cost us a World Series, I guess. Remember, though, there was a Game 7. Could have come back in Game 7, but you don't come back in Game 7 after a play like that. And the reason why I hesitate about the answer is because Buckner should be in the Hall of Fame. Buckner was one of my greatest teammates. What a phenomenal guy he was, and what he had to go through to get on the field because of those ankles. And if you remember in his early years when he was with the Dodgers and the Cubs, he could fly. This guy stole bases until he got injured. And he's got like 2,800 hits. Why is he not in the Hall of Fame? One of the best players that ever played.
Now, shout out a California native, Vallejo, in the house. Hell yeah or hell no? Pete Rose belonged in the Hall of Fame.
Hell yeah. But I'll tell you, do I get to keep answering these questions, or am I just supposed to rip through them?
No, you can answer. You can answer. Yeah.
Answer them.
Pete Rose, and now it's an FU to Pete Rose that they made him eligible now, whether they vote him in or not. But it was like, now that he's dead, they're going to let that happen. That was just another insult to him.
Yeah.
My opinion, here we go. Here's reasons why I got fired, and the reasons why, people thought I was too eccentric to be in the booth. The worst thing that ever could happen to Pete Rose while he was living was to get in the Hall of Fame. Because once he got in the Hall of Fame, we would just forget about him like we do most of the guys in the Hall of Fame. It's like, oh, you bring up someone's name. Like, that guy in the Hall of Fame? Oh, yeah, I guess he is. Yeah. Okay, great. It's nice to be in there. But we talked about Pete Rose every year around the Hall of Fame inductions, and he'd go to Cooperstown and sign autographs, and he'd make money doing that stuff. And his name would come up, and everybody would be talking about Pete Rose because he wasn't in. Once he got in, no one's talking about him anymore.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Wait a minute. Are you guys saying hell yeah or hell no to that?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah or hell no? Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame.
Hell yeah. Again, here we go. The steroid era was what it was. It happened. Why have we turned our back on it? What do you put asterisks next to guys' names? It was my opinion, and I'm becoming increasingly wrong about this, but I was saying maybe 10 years ago that in 10 years, all those guys would be in the Hall of Fame, because sooner or later someone would wake up and say, that was the era we went through. And I refuse to believe that there was that many guys doing it, but I had my head in the sand because there was many more guys doing it than I believed at the time. And there was a lot of marginal guys doing it. I mean, I should have done it. That way I would have been a stronger, better looking, seeing better horse crap player. But some guys apologize, because I can guarantee you right now, there's probably 3, 4, 5, there's probably more than that guys in the Hall of Fame right now that did it, but because their name might not have been associated with it, or there was a question about it, does that make it better? The Clemens, Rose, Bonds, Pettit, whoever, Giambi, Pettit apologized, gave him a pass. Giambi sort of apologized, but he didn't apologize, didn't know what he was apologizing for. Clemens, seriously, my heroes, I never saw anybody work harder than him. Was never convicted of it, was never said that he did it. Do I think he did it? I love the guy, but yeah, I kind of think he did it. But apologize, and sometimes they let you go free. And I think all those guys should be in because it happened. Sorry, it happened. You can't just turn your back and say, "Oh, this never happened," so we'll just leave these. Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer before, and then I was doing the nightly sport when he hit 73 home runs, and it was unbelievable because he would see 18 pitches, he would see 2 strikes, and he'd hit one of those strikes into the water somewhere. I never saw anybody quicker inside than him. I just, everybody talks about Barry Bonds like he was moody and stuff. Man, always treated me like gold, and I love talking to him, and I made sure I didn't bother him unless I needed to talk to him. I stayed away unless I was just hanging out with the guy. But when I was broadcasting, if I needed something from him, I went and talked to him, and he was cordial about it.
Yep. Never failed a test, JB. Never failed a test. So.
Yeah. To Steve's point, he was already a Hall of Famer in my opinion. Hell yeah, hell no. The last one, Steve. You might bring this name up again, but Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr., the greatest father-son duo ever to play.
Wow, I've got to think.
Any sport.
Okay, Negroes were brothers, so that doesn't count. The Boones were pretty good, right? I mean, there's a bunch of Bell, but yeah, those two guys. And
Buddy Bell. You had the Moses and Felipe, no?
Yeah. I played
with Vladimir Guerrero.
Now, JB, are we talking just baseball or are you talking any sport?
Baseball.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Because you got Bobby and Barry, right? So, and you got Bobby and Barry, and you got the Griffeys. I mean, I don't know. You got the Lou's, you got the Alomars. There's some.
Bobby and Barry. I think people forget about that. Bobby Bonds is a pretty damn good player, but who's better? He says I'm better. Even my dad knows I'm better. I sat him down for an interview one time. I sat him and Willie Mays down at spring training. I don't know what year it was, maybe 2005. And I asked both of them on the same day who was the greatest player of their era. Bonds said he was, like we figured he probably would. And I said, why? I said, and I'm looking at all these guys, Griffey, other dudes that were playing at the same time. And he said, because I still run. I still steal bases. And most everybody else, Griffey stopped running. Most of the guys stopped running. And this was a time when he was still running. So he goes, I'm a complete player, play defense. I hit the ball out of the park. I hit for a high average and I run. And so to me, that's the kicker that makes me the best player of my generation. And then I asked Willie Mays if he was the greatest player of his generation. And he said yes as well, which was, if you go out and do interviews like that, you're never going to get the answer that you want. You ask the question, you're hoping for a yes, and everyone hesitates. Well, Griffey was pretty good. Mays was pretty good. There was Ted Williams. Those guys were all pretty good. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Yes. And I also asked Bonds if he's better than Mays, which is Godfather. And he says, yes, I am. And he'll tell you that I am too.
Hey, Brett said Barry's the greatest hitter of all time. Ohtani is not even close. Agree to that?
I haven't seen enough of Ohtani yet, but he's pretty damn good. And, the other fact, pitching and, 50. I mean, it wasn't just 50-50. It was like 57, 54, something, peaking up on a 60-60 year. Back in the old days, there were a few guys that, I think Mickey Mantle said, well, if I thought that was a thing, I'd have gone 40-40 every year, whatever. The game was played. Back. God, it's a great discussion because there's some great duos out there. Bonds, pretty good. Griffey's, it's just so cool to watch those guys play in the same outfield.
Is Aaron Judge and Ohtani in that consideration? Are they going to be in the discussion of the Pete Roses, Barry Bonds, Ichiros, these guys, in your opinion?
I think Judge is going to go down as a tremendous power hitter. I don't know if he'll have the average numbers over time to make him be, because I think if he continues the way he's going, he'll be in the Hall of Fame, but I don't know that he'd necessarily be considered one of the greatest hitters of all time. I mean, I love watching him play. I love watching him swing the bat. Of course, I don't know what he do, strike out 9 times in 3 games against the Red Sox. that was a rough series.
Yeah, the Yankees struggling right now. They haven't scored a run, I don't believe. They're struggling.
Games.
Yeah, Steve, man, we can't thank you. The stories are unbelievable. I love hearing these stories, man. What is that? Tell me what that is.
There's a Hall of Famer right there, El Tiante.
El Tiante, 71-78.
Louis Tiant should be in the Hall of Fame.
Should be too. There's a lot of snubs. It sounds like you think.
You know what he said? He just recently passed away, and I spent a lot of time with him every year down at the Red Sox fantasy camp. And he was adamant about it. He says, and he's been in this country for about 8 billion years, and he still barely speaks English. He can't understand what he says. everybody, you walk past any chalkboard, it always says pizza, Pizza dash CHIT. Pizza chit. Because that's what he calls everybody. Oh, you piece of
shit. Hey, the Cuban word of the day, pizza shit.
Yeah.
right.
Same after I'm dead. I don't want to go in. If you put me in, I won't accept it. I'll tell my family not to accept it. I've been around for a long time. My numbers haven't changed. I deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. You put me in afterwards, I won't accept it.
Damn. Stand on business. 10 toes down. Last thing I got for you. Hell yeah or hell nah. Steve. Ohtani absolutely fucking knows English. Come in, y'all.
Hell yeah.
Fucking right. I knew it.
All those guys know some English. They just, they're not that comfortable.
I knew it.
Here, he'll be spouting off in English right and left.
Fucking knew it. I knew he made those bets. Anyway, Steve, I love it. I appreciate you, man. Hey, you're great. We'll have to have you on again, man. I appreciate you coming on, brother.
Anytime. Now I got to go back to cleaning my windows.
All right.
Hey, stay safe out here, man. I'll see you at a Dodger game soon, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Be there tonight.
All right, brother.
All
you too.
All right.
Steve Lyons, man, legend. I used to watch him call games, man. Unbelievable guest right there.
Legend,
now that
legend.
he moved in my top tier guest list, homie.
Top 10. I mean, we keep saying it every week, though. Every time we have a guest, we say it like that's the best guest. We keep saying
I think he moved in the top tier, not 10. I think he's up closer to 2 or 3.
We got some really good ones, though. So we got to at
some
some point we got to sit back and really Brad's taxes thing.
We need to do it. Eddie's, he'll be at the Dodger games. He's had it 15 times. So
all right. Shout out to Eddie, man, saving up his money.
Another 3-hour quick, fast, no breaks.
Wasn't quick and fast, but another 3.5 hour show, and we brought it to you guys, man. And we're glad you guys loved it and liked it. I hope you guys I hope we got some new members today. Mike has bad knees. All y'all, I see a lot of black in here. San Diego Varsity Sports is black. Quas is black. If you black, that means you're not green. If you're not green, you're not a member. So
I thought you liked black, homie.
I do like black people, but if your name is black on YouTube, that means you're not a member. So I want you to become green. Chris Rise 021. All the black names, homie. I can't believe you said that to the legend. That's crazy.
We got to clip that, Paris. Paris, I haven't seen you at all in here. I don't know if you're getting choked.
She ain't watching the show today.
Yeah, I don't know if she's getting choked or what's going on, but make sure that you guys,
You said you haven't seen her today, and you said you're not sure if she's getting what?
I didn't know. I haven't seen her today, so I didn't know if she was getting choked out or what she was doing today. Make sure you clip that, though, Paris. That last part about Ohtani, if you can, with the great Steve Lyons. I asked some great hell yeah, hell no questions, homie.
You always say this is the last one, and then ask another one.
Because as soon as he said that and he showed that, it came to my mind like I gotta fuck with him and ask the goddamn. I gotta ask the Ohtani. He said hell yeah, and he loved it. I know I got a good judge of character, homie. I know how to judge the thing. You do too, but I'm saying we know how to judge the guess.
It's a real skill.
Yeah, and Bailey fucked up though because he's still sick and he had some bad chicken wings. He should have donged that ding.
Yeah, it's okay. Like he's starting to get back in the zone.
Yeah, he fucked that up. He fucked us.
He's really dehydrated right now and shit. You need some water, chicken noodle soup.
He fucked us on that. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Work Boot Wednesday. The great Daryl Talley will join us tomorrow. Man, I got to ask him who's the best 56 of all time.
I mean, we all know that answer though. Respectfully, I'm not trying to be funny, but like, come on now.
I want you to tell him.
I am. I mean, it's respect. It's like asking who's the best 23 of all time. It's just it's just common sense. It's okay. It's not a diss towards nobody.
I want you to tell Daryl Talley that.
That LT is the greatest? Sure, I'll do that. That don't take away from his greatness. I'm just saying LT's the greatest.
Check me out tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Political Playbook. You won't want to miss it. The Cartier brothers will join me. We'll discuss all the new happenings, Israel, Iran, what's going on with everything. And shout out to Cisco for joining us, Steve Kim. And again, you might not agree with their takes, but guess what? That's why this is the realest show on planet Earth. what would it be if we all agree? Homie.
That was something. Make sure y'all tune in to hockey tonight, man. Hey, let's see if the Edmonton Oilers can bounce back, force a game 7. I'm rocking with them. And then my Pacers are going to do the same thing this Thursday, force a game 7, man. We're going to have 2 game 7s this week. I'm calling it right now. Take calls tonight. I thought you wanted to debate with liberals.
Hell yeah, I'll take calls all day. Hey, Ethan. I've seen too many people use my profile. I'm glad Smitty got a profile picture, homie.
Cisco came in like even kill. I rock with Cisco.
Yeah, but he mad at the illegal people.
He came in even kill though, like just straight out the middle. He not biased on me, not biased on you. Just came straight out the middle.
Yeah, he gonna be leaving.
That's a real one though. That's a real one though.
We also coaches high school football.
Some people on this show not real, like they say they're real, and they go one side and that's it. So it was refreshing to hear that.
Cisco, you listening? Administrators fire out of you. You said too much. But anyway, we are in California. Anyway, Karen Bass will call that motherfucker in Southgate right now. Let's get back to some football tomorrow. It is Work Boot Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow, God willing. Appreciate everybody. Pound that like. I'll see you tonight for the political playbook. Peace.
This the real JB. You better buy the skin real quick.